The D-backs bats stay hot at home, scoring 13 runs in last night's opener with the Astros. From top to bottom, the D-backs lineup pounded out 14 hits. Justin Upton continues his surge from the 5 spot. His 2-run home run to the 3rd kicked the doors open as the D-backs batted around twice in the 5th and 7th innings. Tonight, the bats need to stay hot in the desert heat. Well, the sun's been shining brightly on the Arizona Diamondback at home these days, and tonight here at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, it's game number 2 of the 3-game set between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Houston Astros. Let's take a look at the updated National League West standings. The Giants won today, 6-5 in 10 innings. The Dodgers a winner, so the Diamondbacks need a win here tonight to not lose any ground in the NL West. Hello again, everybody, along with Tom Candiotti. I'm Greg Schulte. Happy to have you aboard for Diamondbacks baseball. And Candy, the Diamondbacks offense looks like it's in gear right now. Time to get that starting pitching locked in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of sets the tone for the game as the starting pitchers. They need to get a little bit deeper into the game. You know, you got to have some quality starts, but I don't mean quality by the term. I need getting deep into the games, you know, handing the ball off to David Hernandez or JJ. Try to bridge that gap a little bit. Innings per start, you got to get that up a little higher.
So the Diamondbacks will try and roll tonight against Houston, and their offense has been rolling, especially over the last 4 home games here.
Boy, it really has been. I mean, you think of some of these guys in this lineup and the slugging. Justin Upton has really been hitting the ball. He's got a nice little hitting streak going his last 5 games, hitting .400. He's been outstanding. Jason Kubel, 6th in the National League in RBIs, knocking the ball out of the ballpark. He's been on fire. And Goldschmidt, what can you say about him? 4th in the National League in doubles, hitting the ball out of the ballpark. These guys are on fire. And don't forget Aaron Hill. He's been in there also. And Justin Upton going deep. I think he likes the number 5 hole.
I think you're right about that. And Paul Goldschmidt facing a lefty tonight. He just rips apart left-handed pitching on the season. Well, we've talked pitching. We've talked offense. How about talking a lot about the defense? And we'll come back with Brad Steinke. He'll take a look at Miguel Montero and his improved defensive play. Diamondbacks and Astros coming up. Ball is brought to you in part by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible.
And welcome back to Chase Field on a Saturday night in downtown Phoenix. Game 2 of the Diamondbacks 3-game series against the Houston Astros. Last night, the offense was out in full force. 13 runs, 14 hits. But what was overlooked, possibly, was the outstanding defense by catcher Miguel Montero. Something over the last couple of seasons that he has taken a great deal of pride in. A couple of times, Jordan Schaefer tried to take a base on Miguel, and Miggy said, not tonight. Second inning, he was gunned down. And then in the 5th inning, he tried it again. Opposing teams learning to run on Miggy at their own peril. Perfect strike right there. He right now leads all National League catchers in caught stealing percentage at 40%. And what was interesting, Miguel Montero, the first couple at bats last night, struck out. He said he's learned over the last couple of years to not let his early offense affect the way he catches a game, the way he calls a game. And certainly Miguel Montero worthy of his all-star status last season. Well, tonight he'll handle Wade Miley. Wade trying to become the winningest rookie pitcher in Diamondbacks history. Miley on the mound. Next, the D-backs and Stros live on Fox Sports Arizona.
A Saturday night of baseball here. Brent Mills, the skipper of the Houston Astros, his ball club comes in here 26 games below 500. And let's take a look at the lineup. The little guy, Jose Altuve, is back in there. Their all-star, Brian Bixler, Justin Maxwell, J.D. Martinez, a cleanup hitter. Ben Francisco pinch hit last night in his Houston debut. Then it's Matt Downs, Chris Johnson, the former D-back Chris Snyder, and Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel, it's pronounced. He is the pitcher on the mound tonight for Houston. Arizona Ford starting pitcher. That's one Wade Miley, Tom Candiati.
Boy, and he's been great this season. 10-5, a 3.13 ERA. Features a fastball, a slider, and a changeup, an occasional curveball. Good stuff. He's got excellent life on his fastball. He's got great command. He gives up less than about 2 walks per 9 innings. The key for him is to come out and just keep pounding that strike zone, hit that catcher's glove.
We're told that Keuchel, like Miley, is a quick worker. Miley just gets the ball, he's ready to go, and have a slight delay here as Chris Young in center field had to wire into the warning track and pick an item up that had fallen onto the track. Well, here we go. Jose Altuve, the little second baseman, and I mean a little, but he has a potent bat. He's fun to watch.
Little guy with a big stick. He can run, steal some bases. Yeah, he brings a lot of excitement to this Astro lineup.
First pitch of the night, it's outside, and it's ball one. We play with the roof and panels closed. It's because it's over 100 degrees outside, while very comfortable 80 degrees inside. Altuve made his first All-Star game. He's only 22 years old. Not the youngest Astro to ever make an All-Star team. Cesar Cedeno, remember that name? He was 21 when he made the All-Star team back in 1972.
Well, he could do it all, too.
He shows bunt, takes a strike. They list him at what, 5'5"? He doesn't even look like he's 5'5".
That might be stretching it a little bit. But when he gets on base, he's electric. He likes to run. He likes to hit doubles.
Shallow right. Carries out a little ways down. Upton's there and has it one down.
Good way to start for Miley. Pounding the strike zone. He's got a lot of life on his fastball. It might not be real high in the velocity category, but that ball moves up there, and it's hard for hitters to square it up.
Brian Bixler started at second base last night. Tonight he starts at shortstop. Last night he batted seventh. Tonight he is batting second in the order. He's one of those guys. He's a Ryan Roberts type. He can play all over, including the outfield. One ball, no strikes. Diamondbacks with a win tonight. Good pull to within 2 games of 500.
Oh, great pitch outside corner. In fact, Bixler on that swing, he did not have plate coverage. He didn't come close to being able to reach that pitch, and it was a good fastball right off the outside part of the plate. Same pitch, same result.
Why change, right?
It's one thing that you have to have as a hitter. You have to be able to hit the ball on the outside part of the plate, and he can't get out there. So stay with it again.
And he did. Same result. Swinging strike.
Hitters tell you what you should throw out there. If you watch him close enough, you can tell that Bixler cannot reach that outside pitch. Go one time, we'll double up on it. Why not triple up on it? Nice job.
There were 4 pitches in that sequence, and not one was over the plate. But a strikeout for Miley and 2 quick outs, and here's Justin Maxwell, the center fielder tonight. Last time out, Miley got a win over Cincinnati and ended a 2-game losing streak. Went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs on 8 hits. Didn't walk a man. And the thing you really love about him, he gets the ball, gets his sign, and throws.
Not a lot of thought process into it. He lets Miguel Montero lead him. Makes Miley's job simple. Get the sign, hit the glove.
There's a foul out of play, and the fielders, they love it. Some defenders, let's take a look at the defense first before this inning ends. Kubel, Young, and Upton in the outfield, left to right. Roberts at third tonight. Bloomquist at short. Hill and Goldschmidt, Montero catching Miley. But you get a slow worker out there, you get guys kicking to the dirt. They'll have their glove off, arms folded. Haven't got time to do that with a guy like Miley pitching.
You barely have time to get through the infield.
Yeah.
Boy, nice pitch. Didn't get the call on that one. That might be a tad inside, but right where his catcher wanted it. That's a good, solid pitch.
Paul Narrett, I think, shook his head no.
It looked like it might have been a little bit inside, but a great pitcher's pitch.
Gets a strikeout. This inning's over, and it's very, very easy. 1-2-3 go the Astros. D-backs look at Dallas Keuchel. Bottom of the first. chance. For Gibson, third season as skipper. Let's take a look at the Mazda starting lineup. Willie Bloomquist, Aaron Hill, Jason Kubel, the top three. Goldschmidt moves to the cleanup spot tonight, followed by Upton in that 5 spot. Montero, Young, Roberts, and a good hitting pitcher in Wade Miley. There he is, Dallas Keuchel, 1-1 with a 2.45 ERA.
Not a real hard thrower. Has a fastball, a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. Walk rate is higher than a strikeout rate, so he doesn't strike a lot of guys out, but he can get wild, so you got to be patient up there against him. Make him throw strikes.
Walked 5 in his last minor league start. Outside ball 1.
A lot of guys that don't have good velocity or really don't trust their stuff, they try to nitpick. They try to nibble here and there, and they end up falling behind, and they end up walking guys.
Keuchel's last outing against Pittsburgh was back on July 4th. He knocked around a little bit, but he had 3 prior starts to that were very good. Allowed only 1 run.
Those 4 walks, Diamondbacks walked 6 times last night, and all of them scored.
Yeah, that's taking advantage of the situation. Willie, a chopper to second. 2 big comes out, and throws him out 1 away.
Keuchel looks like a guy that really, his ball is not going to be straight. He's going to cut it. He's going to turn it over like he did that time to Willie. A broken bat, little ground ball to second base.
Every time a Diamondback player hits home run this season, Fulton Homes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Aaron Hill has hit 13 home runs this year, driven in 44. He's having a superb season, first full season with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
41 extra base hits.
He's been on fire. He's riding an 11-game hitting streak coming in here tonight. Got the average up almost to 310. Outside, 2-0. Nice crowd on hand here tonight.
They want to see some runs like last night. I think they're going to get them.
Boy, that tells you right there what Hill is doing this year. First in average hits, home runs, and slugging percentage. Out of play. That's the National League's second baseman. A lot of red. Like seeing that. All that Sedona red being worn.
Beautiful view of Chase Field.
It's a great place to watch a ball game. Had day here. Swing and a miss. He chased one there, didn't get it 2-2.
Yeah, another changeup. Outside part of the plate. Of course, Aaron's seeing the ball so well. That thing looks like a volleyball coming up there. He wants to jump all over it. But you got to be patient against a guy like Keuchel.
Full count down 3-2. Boy, 3-ball counts were the norm last night, weren't they?
Oh,
a ton of them.
Besides the walks. Ooh.
And a foul that Snyder can't hang on to.
Another changeup going down and away. Aaron spoiled it. Just got a little piece of it. He's going to work it down and away. Turns it over. Look at that ball just move out there. That's one spot in that quadrant where Aaron has a tough time hitting. And that's changeups from lefties down and away. Sliders from righties down and away.
Another 3-2 pitch coming. And he walked him ball 4. It's been the problem area for Keuchel, and a 1-out walk gives the Diamondbacks a base run.
Sometimes those walks can start the engine.
And Candy pointed out last night, 6 walks dished out to the Diamondbacks, and all 6 scored. Here is Kubel.
Jason's very good at staying back. He's not a guy that jumps out there a lot. Get just off the plate away. Got to be very disciplined. You got to be very patient against a guy like this. It's crafty lefties.
Kubel, since June 20th, has hit 10 of his 17 home runs. Also driven in 24 over that stretch. That's over a 22-game period.
He's got 39 extra base hits.
And it's a leaner that had him leaning away, and the pitch caught the inside corner for Keuchel.
Kind of a loopy curveball on this one. Gave up on it, rightfully so. Looked like it was going to be high, but it's got the top part of the zone. Usually they never call that for a curveball. You might get that call on a fastball, but on a breaking ball, hardly ever get that call.
A lot of soft stuff here early on by Keuchel. We were told that that's the case with him.
It doesn't he remind you an awful lot of Doug Davis? Yeah. A lot of similarities.
With the exception of the hesitation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He just tries to nibble here and there and tries to use the aggressiveness of the hitter to get him out.
Hill's at first. He walked here with one out. 2-1 count on Kubel. And a ground ball foul down to first base. Well, it was kind of an experience down at first base last night. 4-man downs. He smothered that ball, but went foul.
Look at this. Last night, he didn't want to touch the base. Last night.
Well, he did, but he didn't.
But he did this time.
Yeah.
So make sure you're that close to the base. Touch it this time.
2-2 on Kubel. Well, we're back to the 5:10 starts here in Arizona on Saturday night. You got a little of the light shining through the windows out in right field. The playing field pretty much. There goes Hill, and a ground foul pass first base by Kubel. There's light shining through. Just a little area out there on right. Of course, that will move as the sun starts to go down. Astros are in some daylight there in their first base dugout.
Looks like they almost need some sunglasses.
Yeah. Sunglasses in the dugout, right?
In the dome.
Kubel, a high towering fly ball, deep left field. Back of the warning track, back of the wall. And touch it. Oh, it's caught. No, it's a home run. It is a home run. Home run for Kubel.
Love Jason Kubel going oppo again. He gets the ball out over the plate. He's a very patient hitter, and he takes it the other way. And it looks like it hits about the first row in the stands. J.D. Martinez, the left fielder, went back on this ball. He gave it a great effort. Got all the way back there, jumped up. Hard to tell if he was going to get it or not. And the fans right there to catch it. Then the ball drops out on the field.
Yep. So a 2-run homer for Kubel. He just continues to hit the long ball and drive in runs. It's a full home run. Another $150 going to Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. For Kubel now, that's number 18 and 66 runs batted in. Wow.
Driving in another walk. How's that?
Back 7 walks in the series. All 7 have scored. Opposite field. Gets the lefty. Martinez went back to that wall and jumped. There's another guy who just rakes left-handers. And that batting average. Look at that. Over 500 since May 19th. Slugging percentage over 1,000. The extra base hits. On base percentage.
Give me a left-hander.
And a foul back. Look out, folks. Kubel's given the Diamondbacks and Wade Miley an early lead in this ball game. He is locked in right now. There's several Diamondbacks are locked in right now.
This offense is clicking on all cylinders.
And a ball.
Oh, he got pulled on that one. Was not looking for the fastball. 89 miles an hour. That's probably the top of his chart.
Snyder held it there but didn't get the call. Full count now. And a ground ball hit sharply, but at the shortstop picks it. Throws low, but dug out over there. A nice scoop by Downs. Goldschmidt's out, number 2.
Even though Goldie made an out right there, what do you end up seeing? 5 pitches, 6 pitches?
6.
And that's going to help prepare him for his next at bat.
So with 2 outs, that brings up Upton. Justin, a 5-game hitting streak. And a homer away from the century mark in his major league career. He had number 99 in the game last night. Outside ball 1. Upton last 5 games, 8 for 20. Upton for president, huh? Swing and a miss.
First time through the order, the hitters, you really need to take a look at this guy because his pitch is so unorthodox. He's not a guy going out trying to establish his fastball or a secondary pitch. A lot of off-speed pitches, cutters just off the plate, change-ups just off the plate. You got to take a look at some pitches against him.
The Diamondbacks, with their 2 in the first here tonight, have scored in the first inning in 5 of their last 6 ball games played. Swing and a miss. Let's get the offense going early. The only game they did not score in the first inning was a game in which they were shut out by the Reds 4-0. That was a game on Tuesday. Kubel's given them a 2-0 lead with a home run and opposite field shot here in the first tonight. Upton, a foul down the right field line, out of play. And he went oppo last night, Ken, to the opposite field to right.
On a slider, too. Slider out over the plate. Beautiful swing, no doubt about it. And you got to almost have the same kind of approach here. You got to be patient. Look for the ball away.
It's popped up. Shallow center. Out goes Altuve. The second baseman has it. And the side retire. But a walk set up the 2-run blast by Kubel. And after 1 here, Miley and the Diamondbacks on top of the Astros. 2-0. Time later in today's game brought to you by Miller Lite. Jason Kubel, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first inning, giving Wade Miley a 2-0 lead as he goes to work here on the second. Miley had a very easy 1-2-3 first inning with a pair of strikeouts. And he'll face 4, 5, and 6 Martinez, Francisco, and Downs. Steer a call.
Pound that fastball in there. Wade Miley, there's one thing for sure. This guy believes in his stuff. He trusts his stuff.
And he trusts his catcher, too. He never shakes Montero off.
Nope.
Ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Oh, he's getting a lot of swings and misses early in it.
Well, that was a great change. It pulled the string on this one. Martinez out in front of that. One thing it really can't see, there's the life on his fastball. It's silly. Great slider.
And he struck out 3 in a row, first out of the second inning. Well, remember that slider he had in Texas?
That was the one right there. That was an excellent one. Hard biter, but he spikes it down and in. And to a right-handed hitter, that is a tough place to hit it.
So the Diamondback All-Star representative has retired the first 4 here tonight. Here's Ben Francisco, a new acquire. Pinch hit last night, had a base hit. Picked up in a 10-player trade with the Toronto Blue Jays yesterday. And Francisco Cordero made it to the ballpark last night. They both performed.
Monty's like in a swimming pool right now, and these guys are trying to come up for air, and he keeps dunking them. They can't catch their breath. He's just coming right at them.
Oh, nice play by Hill. And he throws him out. Hill was going to his left there and got kind of an in-between hop. And just to make sure he smothered that ball, he jumped up a little bit, smothered it against his body, and made a hard play look routine.
Watch where he comes. Sees that ball, but the number one thing, he's going to keep that ball in front of him as a second baseman. If you knock this ball down, you still have a play as long as you keep it in front of it. And he catches it anyway and makes a nice throw.
And Matt Downs now. He takes the ball down low. The Astros weren't through trading yesterday. They made another deal today. They sent away their closer, Brett Myers, to the White Sox for a couple of minor leaguers. Swing and a miss. They're in the rebuilding mode. They're acquiring a lot of minor league talent. It's into the dirt, and they really don't have a lot of bargaining chips left now as far as guys that they might move. Maybe Wandy Rodriguez, their left-handed starter. There's Wandy. There's a foul out of play. I remember when he first came up, everybody thought his name was Wandy. Wandy Rodriguez. It's Wandy.
Well, they got to know it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Very talented.
The American League Astros next year. It seems strange. More strange for them than the National League teams. That's going to fall between Hill and Upton. The first hit of the night for the Astros by Matt Downs with 2 outs in the second.
Good fastball. Got it right in on his hands. That's really a good job of hitting. You just fight this ball off, and it just kind of bloops out. Comes right at him. Ball cuts a little bit. He has to pull his hands in to hit it. And just bloops it out into short right.
So Downs on for Chris Johnson, who's hit 6 homers, driven in 35 this year. Their third baseman. And a throw. He gets back, and they called the balk. Second base umpire Doug Eddings did. Boy, Diamondbacks have quite a few balks. Let's see, that's their 8th. For Miley is first.
It almost looked like as he was getting ready to go to first base, watch his foot, his front foot. It looks like it catches. Oh, he lost his balance right there. Looked like he's trying to have his momentum going towards home and tried to switch it. I think he lost his balance, and I think that's what the umpire called.
Diamondbacks have more balks than any team in baseball now. That's 8. Closest to them, 5, Colorado and San Diego. Foul on play. Now that runner Candy is in scoring position with 2 men out, so he needs to get Johnson here and keep the Astros off the board.
Boy, Miley's so good at holding guys on, and he's so good at limiting the running game. Only giving up 1 stolen base this year. Dave Clark. He's getting his lead. He's getting ready.
The movement man.
Why have a third base box, right?
Yeah, they don't need it. There you see where the hitter is. Dave Clark is halfway down the line, if not a little further, and close to the Diamondback dugout. He's in the way of our cameraman down there. We can't get it right in front of him.
You can't do that, can you? I guess you can.
Swing and a miss. Well, he is getting a lot of swings and misses on that pitch off the plate.
Ooh, that's not a good stat for the Astros. Runners in scoring position, 9 for 85. That's not getting it done.
106 opportunities, too. Chalks up his fourth strikeout, 2 in each of the front 2 innings. The Astros do leave a man in scoring position. It's dusty out there. We got a dust storm brewing. First inning home run, and Wade Miley's been sharp through 2 innings, striking out 4. It's going to be Montero, Young, and Roberts against the lefty Dallas Keuchel. Maybe before the ball game tonight, he said, "Hey, how about my first 2 at bats?" I said, "Yeah, they weren't good, were they?" He said, "No, I couldn't see the ball. It's like they turned the lights out on me." He's always got something going.
Well, his next 2 at bats are really good.
Well, that's what he said. I made up for it, though. And I said, "Yeah, threw a couple guys out, had a couple of hits, 2 runs batted in."
How about that 372 on base percentage?
And the average is starting to creep up. And he fouls one back. Is he good enough to be a 300 hitter, you think, Candy?
Yes. He just has to be a little bit more mentally disciplined.
I agree, because I mean, when he's hot and he's rolling, he's hitting the ball to all spots of the field. You just have to play him straight up, as they're doing right now. Although we've seen some teams put shifts on him when he has that tendency, he wants to pull everything.
He just needs to accept the fact that he's a line drive hitter. And a lot of times a home run is a line drive gone bad. Yeah. But he likes to hit the home run. A big gap out in left center field.
He, like Kubel, he can hit the ball out to left center.
Yeah, that's when he's going his best.
He's in the hole here, 0-2. And did he go around? No, he did not. They appeal down to third, and Kerwin Danley said he held up.
The pitch looked pretty good. Let's see the side swing. Well, if I'm pitching, that's a strike. If I'm hitting, it's not.
It's signed 2-2 now. Maybe Danley was singing back to last night. A couple of balls that Miggy blocked that saved him behind the plate, huh?
You think umpires really think that?
No. 2-2 count. And a chopper to second. Altuve throws Miggy out, one down. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Well, they got tacos today, didn't they, after last night's big scoring run?
Chowing down.
Here's Chris Young. Chris grew up in Houston. It's his hometown. And he has hit well in his career against the Astros. To the tune of 322 with 7 career home runs. He has struggled, though, since coming off the DL. He was so hot before that injury, the shoulder injury, crashing into the wall in left center. Only Matt Kemp of the Dodgers was swinging a hotter bat.
Couldn't wait to get CY up.
Yeah. He was driving the ball to the opposite field. There's a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to twist foul. I'll tell you what, I was looking at Francisco. He was way over in right center.
They certainly don't expect him to go to right field.
Had that ball been fair, CY might have been able to circle the bases. That's how far over Francisco was.
Look how far he is. I mean, that is a long run to even try to catch up with this ball.
Two count. First inning, Hill walked with 1 out, and then Kubel hit the 2-run homer. Counting for the runs. Here's a drag to left, and Martinez coming on to get side. That's out number 2.
Tried to change up, just got out in front of it just a little bit too much. This is one of the pitchers where you just are going to make those adjustments to him after the first time through. Very difficult the first time you see him. Well, they're doing a nice job. They already got 2 runs in, but I think that second time through, I think this is where they're really going to get to this guy.
Well, they've seen 39 pitches thus far. Through 29 in the very first inning. Roberts batting 8th in the order. And a ground ball back up the middle on into center field. A base hit for Ryan. Roberts 6 for 11 now since the break.
And a clutch hit right there, too, because you got 2 outs, you got nobody on, and that enables Wade Miley to come up and hit right now. Location of this pitch, fastball away, bangs it right back up the middle. Once you get that ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of hits up the middle of the field.
And Miley's slow slouch at the plate, 10 for 33, hitting .303 on the year. An RBI, couple of doubles. And he fouls one, strike 1. He loves to hit that ball down that left field line. We've seen him scoot a couple of doubles that way. What do you think of the year he's had? I mean, he was kind of an afterthought during the spring. Nobody really was paying much attention to him. There goes Roberts. And the throw down by Snyder is late. He got himself in a scoring position. We mentioned Miley can handle the bat a little bit.
Tackles very, very slow going to the plate. Roberts read it right off the bat. Watch his jump. He's got 5 steps right there where that ball gets to the plate. Stole it easily.
So Roberts now in scoring position, but an 0-2 count on Miley for Roberts' 5th steal of the year. And a base hit up the middle. Nope. Fielded by the shortstop, throw late. Roberts coming to the plate. He hesitated. It got him caught in a rundown. They throw to the plate there. Keuchel running Roberts back to third, and he will be tagged out. Miley will get an infield hit, and then the rundown. Roberts stopped about halfway down the line, and they tag him out, so the Diamondbacks leave him in. 2 innings. He has fanned 4, allowed only 1 hit here, Candy, and he's on top of his game early.
Yeah, he's been mixing his pitches up. A good changeup. His fastball's been excellent. And he's really got a couple strikeouts with those sliders. He's been awesome. What a great start. No walks, 4 punch-outs.
That leads to our Kia Motors key to the ball game here tonight. What do you got there? Haboob.
Haboob. We got one out there right now. Big old dust storm. What's that mean? Gets on you in a hurry?
Yeah.
Get inside real quick. He can pitch inside.
There you go.
And he's been pitching inside and doing a great job of it.
And he goes back to work here in the 3rd. He's got Snyder, the former Diamondback, and then Kubel and Altuve. That last play, by the way, went 6-3-2-5-1-4 if you're scoring. This is a look outdoors right now. That's a live shot. I'm glad we're indoors. Snyder first base side. Goldschmidt over. No, not his reach. Well, it's that time of the year where dust storms become frequent. Monsoonal period here. Could have used the roof on the last road trip in both Wrigley Field and Great American Ballpark.
We saw some rain. Now, when Snyder was with the Diamondbacks, he had tough time getting out over the plate. You could pitch him very well on the outside corner.
I'll get out of play.
And that's right where Montero's going. That's right where Miley's throwing the ball.
Snyder, another Houstonian like Chris Young. He grew up Houston, went to the University of Houston. Now playing for his hometown team. After the Diamondbacks trade him to Pittsburgh, signed a free agent contract with the Astros. Ooh. Full count on him now.
Tried to get him with that slider down and in. He wasn't biting. I think this is when you just come right after Chris Snyder. It's a good fastball.
Ball down to 3rd. Roberts drops it. Still tied. Good throw. Got him. The 3rd inning brought to you by Miller Lite. Visit local retailers. Sex road trip to the Miller Taste Team at 620, 620. Good chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyway trips this summer. Roberts, no panic there. He knew who was running. Even that ball dropping at his feet, he had plenty of time to throw Snyder out.
And the key was he got in front of that ball and knocked it down. Didn't play it to the side.
There's Keuchel, who is 0 for 5 as a hitter with 3 strikeouts. He took a big healthy cut there, didn't he?
Not a bad swing. A little bit late, but not a bad swing at all.
Gets points for the look. We're going to be talking about a lot of points coming up here with the Olympics right around the corner. Huh?
Almost there.
Yep. Fouled at the plate. Miley trying to win his 11th game of the season.
Ball now at the home plate umpire. Watch this ball. Tips. Comes up. Ouch. Fist and bicep.
Yeah. That didn't feel good. Take a seat. Fifth strikeout for Miley. Keuchel. I knew he was going to do that. Spelled K-E-U-C-H-E-L. It's pronounced Keuchel. He's out number 2. There you go.
Second baseman. That's hard. You're looking up there, your batting average.
Yeah.
You don't have one yet?
Yeah, he's a pitcher. Right. Well, you look up there, you see 177 or 211.
I'll take that.
218.
177 for a pitcher. I'll take that any day.
That's for a position player.
That's not good.
No. Now Altuve flying to right to start the ball game. He drives this one to right, up and on the run, up and on the run. Up is gone. Up against the fence. Altuve is into second base with 2 men out.
good effort by Justin. That ball was slicing away from him, using his speed to get over towards the line. Altuve hits that ball well to right field. Look at his ball slice away. It's out there. He slides, just hits the very end of his glove. Almost a spectacular play.
2-base hit for Altuve. Put him in scoring position with 2 men out now for Bixler's second Astros hit. Well, both times up now, he's driven the ball the other way. And pitch out over the plate from Miley. There's a skid mark on the slide there by Upton. Strike one. Bixler struck out swinging on 3 pitches off the plate his first time up.
Yeah, and Miley's going to stay right out there, or I should say Montero, who's guiding Miley, is you don't need to go anywhere else right now. Not until he starts making an adjustment to the outside pitch. And once he starts trying to make an adjustment out there, then you got the whole inside part to get him.
Long run in for Upton. Long run in for Upton. Foul ground. Gets there. Has it. And the Suns retire. No runs a hit. Man left in scoring position. Second straight inning for the Astros. And Diamondbacks lead it. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Nice crowd on hand here on a Saturday night. Diamondbacks and the Astros, game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. This is the second of 10. Hat night here. Nice looking hat. Cap. It's a baseball cap. That's what it is. Willie Bloomquist, top of the order here for the Diamondbacks against Dallas Keuchel. And Willie Bloom's foul. Keuchel 44 pitches over 2 innings, 29 of the very first. Diamondbacks made him work.
Yeah, now you're going through the lineup for the second time. This is where I think you make the adjustment against him. You've seen him, you've seen his release point, you've been watching him, whether you're on base or in the dugout. You know what kind of pitcher he is, what he tries to do. Now you make the adjustment, put some good swings on him.
Bloomquist grounded to second his first time up. And he pulls this one past third. Base hit into left field. Hard turnaround first by Willie. So he just continues to swing the bat, doesn't he?
Really does. Normally likes hitting that ball to right field. This time he pulls the ball. Looks like a cutter that he didn't quite get in far enough. Snyder wants it in, and he drills it right past the third baseman. And Johnson couldn't make a play on it.
And for Willie Bloomquist, this is his 59th start at shortstop. 59 games at short. Aaron Hill, the batter. I'll get to what I'm talking about here in a moment. Go to first. Willie is the top National League shortstop hitter as far as batting average. It's coming into tonight's action. 305. Ian Desmond, Starlin Castro, and Astro, Rafael Furcal, Jose Reyes. Only at 305.
He's done a tremendous job for the D-backs. When Drew went down last year, Bloomquist was excellent. And he's carried it all the way on through the offseason and into this season. Stephen Drew getting a night off.
He's swinging a hot bat right now, too.
He's been a line drive machine lately.
Good start to this third inning against Kankel. For the Diamondbacks, their fourth hit of the night. Ground ball to the right side. Let's see if they can turn to Altuve. Goes to second for one, back to first, not in time. Kind of slow developing. Wasn't hit real hard. Altuve had to go a little to his left. By the time he pivot and got the ball to the shortstop, it runs well down the line. Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch brought to you by CenturyLink, Keuchel, and Miley. 90-93. Keuchel's gotten up to 90.
Yeah, that's a shocker there. I didn't think he was throwing that hard.
We usually see a 93 there for Miley. So now Hill, the base runner, as Bloomquist has been retired. And here's Kubel, who hit the opposite field home run. 2-run shot, first inning. Ground ball pulled foul. Now Jason was limited due to injuries last year at only 99 games. This is a home run.
The location of fastball up and out over the plate. He's not afraid to go the opposite way. He did there. Another oppo shot. Of course, 2 more RBIs for him.
He's sitting at 66 now. The National League leader coming into today's play was Beltran with 67. The Cardinals. A check swing. Didn't offer at it. But again, Kubel last year limited to 99 games. Last year he had 21 doubles. This year he's already got 20. And 12 home runs, 58 runs batted in for the Twins in 11. 18 and 66 right now for the Diamondbacks. And we have not yet hit 100 games into the season. Think he likes hitting in this ballpark?
Yes, he does.
A strike on the outside corner.
You know, one of the things we talked to him before the season started, he loves the batter's eye here at Chase Field. When the Twins came in, he had a great series, but he just loved. You can see the ball right out of the guy's hand, and that's all you see. All you see right there is nothing but green, and that ball stands out.
Keuchel's got him set up on a 1-2 count. Go to first, runner back.
They're really giving Kubel that left center field gap also. Maxwell playing a little bit towards right center. Got a big gap to work with that way.
2-2. Beltran, we said to have the lead. Cargo, he'll be in town on Monday with the Rockies. David Wright will be in next weekend. Actually starting Thursday with the Mets.
All-star, 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 except Jason.
Yeah, he should have been an all-star. Kind of numbers he's put up. And swing and a miss. Keuchel picks up his first strikeout of the night. 2 outs in the inning now.
Got him. Chase a changeup out of the zone right there. Fooled him. He knows it. Pretty good pitch in a count where he was getting a little bit too aggressive.
There's Goldschmidt, who hit the ball sharply, but right to the shortstop run out. First time up. Paul was the USA Today Minor League Player of the Year in 2011. Before he came up to the big club, he hit 30 home runs and drove in 94 while hitting 306 at Double-A Mobile. Then he had 8 more home runs on the big league level regular season, and then hit 2 in the postseason. So he had a 40 home run season.
You think of some of those home runs, who they're hit off of. Well, we talked about Lincecum.
Yeah, he owns him. Inside ball 1. He had a grand slam in Game 3 of the National League Division Series against Milwaukee. And he's already got 41 extra base hits this year. 28 of those doubles, 12 home runs, and even a triple. Well, hitting .295 and playing great defense at first base. Two and 0. Well, pick your poison here, Mr. Keuchel. You got a 2-0 count on a dangerous hitter, and you got Upton next.
He's still not going to throw him a fastball. I think he's going to come with a little soft changeup. He's going to try to keep it on the outside part. Now, he got him out with the fastball in. He was sitting on his changeup his first at bat, but I think he's going to throw him soft away here.
Got a strike.
Changeup away. Snyder's out that way. Reaches. Little glove movement right there off the plate.
Sold it.
It's a good take. I look like the throw over to first base sign.
Yeah, you got it. You pitchers, you know everything.
We know our catchers.
Yeah. Diamondbacks have won 4 in a row over the Astros, 7 of 8 and 15 of the last 19 played. 59-42 all time against Houston. Outside, and one thing is a possibility. Diamondbacks and Astros might not play next year with them going to the American League. Upton hoping he gets in a bat yet this inning. Brad Mills would just soon see his pitcher come to the dugout without any damage done.
He's in trouble.
And Upton's going to come up here with 2 on and 2 out. Well, another walk. We've told you the story. 7 walks by Astros pitching in this series, Tom Candiati. And to date, all 7 have scored.
And that was number 8.
Yeah.
We'll see if Justin can drive that one in. It's been a nice trend.
Justin popped up to the second baseman Altuve's first at bat. So Hill at second base, Goldschmidt at first. Upton trying to add to this 2-0 lead. Ball 1. Looking at the starts by Keuchel, he's had 4 starts and he's worked. His starts have been 91 pitches, 108, 96, 99. 5 innings, 9 innings, 6 innings, 5 2/3.
He's had 3 really good starts. He had 1 blooper there, and that was against Pittsburgh. They handed it to him, but that's it.
2-0 on Upton now.
Yeah, this is where the first at bat that Justin, he learned something. He learned how soft he's throwing. He learned that he's not going to give him a fastball in the fastball count. And he watched the way Goldschmidt had that good approach that last at bat, drawing the walk. He's going to be very patient also. Keuchel does not want to beat you inside with the fastball. So you just have to look soft away and make him beat you in there. He doesn't want to.
(3-0). Upton in his last 27 at bats against Southpaws has had 10 hits, including a pair of home runs. He's sitting 3-0. The Diamondbacks have been awfully good. 12 out of 16 on 3-0 counts this year.
Still off the plate away. 88-mile-an-hour fastball, but I guarantee you this ball is off the plate. Upton sitting on fastball, but Snyder catches that out. I don't know, by his right knee, almost where the left-handed batter's box is.
So a 3-1 count now on Upton. And a 3-2 count now on Upton.
Just trying to nibble on the outside corner. That time he got it. That everything has been soft and everything has been away, and that last pitch was off the plate. Close.
Runners will be going. Hill off second. Goldschmidt off first with 2 out. And a drive but foul down the right field line.
Justin knows one thing, that he is not going to come inside on him. Has not yet in this game. Change up off the plate away. Close enough, you got to go after it with 2 strikes and foul it off and live for another pitch.
Here we go again. Runners will be going. Keuchel against Upton with 2 outs, 3-2 count. And he walked him. They're going to be loaded for Montero with 2 down.
Well, you know what a great at bat that was. And a couple of those pitches, you know, were off the plate. One of them got called a strike. But a nice job by Justin. You know, be a very unselfish at bat. Pitch fastball well off the plate. That was in the left-handed batter's box. A little cutter just a waste. Falls behind 2-0. Doesn't want to come in. Turns it over. Down. Fastball off the plate away. Justin aggressive. Gets a call on that one. Change up, he spoils. And then this one, he just spits on it.
So they're loaded now for Montero. Doug Brocail, the pitching coach for the Astros, went out, had a conversation with everybody. Upton, Goldschmidt, and Hill. First to third on the bases. Montero first time up, grounded to second.
52 RBIs for Miggy. He's got a chance to add to that.
The last time he was up with the bases loaded was in Cincinnati when he cleared him in that very first inning with a double. Boy, he'd like that again. Even a hit here. Just something to get something in. Ground ball back toward the middle, but Altuve has it. Flips to second for the first on Upton to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, couple of walks. They leave him loaded after 3, 2-0 D-backs.
Back over the minor league years that I've had and seeing guys that did the same thing, and you don't realize how valuable that is to be able to start at a moment's notice or come in and throw 3, 4, 5 innings and save the bullpen. And it really helps and is crucial to the team and keeping everything on track. And so to be able to do that, it's been rewarding for myself and also to get back on track.
Right-hander Josh Coleman providing our Geico quote of the game. He'll get the start tomorrow, his 8th of the season. And really, you could argue this guy has been the D-backs' most valuable pitcher this season. He started out in the rotation, but struggled, went to the bullpen, and really embraced that role, worked on his mechanics, and he has been lights out ever since. Kurt Gibson clearly values what he brings to this team. He started quickly when Joe Saunders couldn't go that one game, and he's also, as the ball is driven deep to left center field by Maxwell. Ground rule double. Just to continue that story, he'll get the start tomorrow. But I think, guys, you would agree his demeanor is what's made him so good when he adjusted that role in the bullpen. And anytime he gets the start, he seems to come through for this team.
Yeah, I think you hit that right on the head, Brad. I mean, his demeanor is so good. He doesn't get flustered out there. It's hard when you have a role. You don't, your role is from the 2nd inning all the way to the 20th inning. And you just never know when you're going to get in. And to have a spot start like that, right before the game, you have no chance to prepare. He's done a wonderful job. And a good kid. You love him. You just love to have good things happen for him.
Ball one down low here to J.D. Martinez after a double for Justin Maxwell. And more tomorrow on the pregame show on Josh Coleman out of Homer, Michigan. Always like to get that in. Homer, Michigan.
Should have been a hitter.
So the Astros, for the first time tonight, get their leadoff man on against Wade Miley with their 3rd hit. Their 2nd double. Still only a 2-0 ball game here. 4th inning now.
Wow, great changeup. He had him in an aggressive count, pulled the string on him. 2-0, got ducks on the pond. He's looking for a fastball. He pulled the string. Look at that perfect pitch.
Very aggressive, swinging Houston Astros ball club. A lot of young kids. 3-1. Martinez struck out swinging first time up. And he walked him. First walk of the night. Time now for AT&T trivia question. Other than Wade Miley, who are the other 3 D-backs rookies to win 10+ games in one season? Well, we know the answers, but we'll let you think about it. We won't give them out right away.
I like to get buzzed.
Oh, really? You do, huh?
There it is. Made my day.
Candy likes to get buzzed. Popped up. Well, that's a big first down by Francisco. Hill looks like he's going to make the catch.
That's a big out to get right there. First and second, nobody out. Trying to protect that 2-run lead, and you get a nice, easy little infield fly.
For those of you at home, too, we'll give you one hint. One of these rookies to win 10 ball games was not a starter. He won 10 games out of the bullpen. I'll even give you the year. It was 2003.
And he was a righty.
Yeah. In fact, the Diamondbacks that year had 2 rookies that won 10 games. One a starter, one a reliever. And Downs now at the plate. With 2 on and 1 out. Downs had a base hit, a little dinker between Hill and Upton in the right field. First time up.
Miley's got 9 double plays this year. He'd use another one right here.
Foul out of play. Both the Giants and Dodgers won earlier today. We'll have more on those in the bottom of the 4th inning. By the way, the Mets put Johan Santana on the DL. He will not pitch against the Diamondbacks when the Mets come into town starting Thursday. Outside, Ari Dickey worked in relief today. An inning. Just the Mets bullpen have been so banged up.
You could probably work a couple
those
days
knuckleballers
between starts.
Yeah, I was going to say you could throw almost every day with that, right?
Absolutely. Just throwing the game than throwing the side.
Low 3-1. This becomes a stressful inning now here for Wade Miley. Leadoff double, followed up by a walk. He's got 1 out, but he's 3-1 here on Matt Downs and Chris Johnson on deck. Only a 2-0 lead here for the D-backs in the 4th. Astros threatening. Strike. Good pitch. Up a little bit, but put in the right spot.
Got it on the inside part of the plate. Montero, a little frame job.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Runners don't go, and a swing and a miss, and Miley dials up. Back to second. Safe there. Montero almost picked off Maxwell at second base. Boy, that would have been a tough way for the Astros to end the inning.
You know, a great pitch and a very gutsy pitch. 3-2 breaking ball. A good hard one in the dirt. Gets the swing and miss. And watch Montero. Comes up, he sees, and gets behind him, and almost like a little deke, and gets it out there just a little bit late. I want to say if Downs wasn't in his way, he might have been able to get that.
Yeah, he had it actually sidestepped him. 6th strikeout for Miley now. And with 2 outs, here's Chris Johnson, third baseman. Foul tip, strike 1.
What a gutsy pitch, though. 3-2. 2 guys on base. That hard slider, and he get the swing and a miss.
Well, that's Miley trusting Montero, Montero trusting Miley. Just a nice combination. Those two have really worked well together. That's strike 2, 0-2. I know you appreciate when a catcher and a pitcher can work so close and so well throughout the course of a ball game. Because it's not always like that, is it?
Not always. A lot of times it's a struggle, but all of a sudden you're thinking of some pitch, and he comes in and he calls the same pitch you're thinking. Got that karma going. Oh, that's great. It's artwork.
1-2 count now. Miley, by the way, his career high in strikeouts, 8. He's already got 6. He had 8 against Seattle on June 18th. Into right field down the line, but it goes foul. I watched it when I left the bat, then I looked at the base runner, and he was in a slow trot. So that told you right there that it was going to go foul.
Just got in on him just enough, and a little slice going down the right field line, and boom, about 1.5 foot foul.
Now 1-2 count on Chris Johnson. A double by Maxwell started the inning. That was followed up by a walk. But Francisco a pop up, Downs a strikeout. And a ball inside as Johnson has to move his feet.
He might just double up on that pitch right here. That when he needs a strikeout, that's a strikeout pitch.
We'll get out of play.
Got 2 sliders now. Now looking for either a changeup on the outside part of the plate or a fastball. He's going to go something on the outside part.
Astros have made Miley work this inning. He came into this inning with 45 pitches thrown. He's had to throw 19 in the inning. Had a chance to get out of it without any damage, but he needs to retire Johnson here with 2 out and 2 on. Ground ball right side, base hit. Here comes Upton charging. Maxwell will score without a play. Upton back in. And if he'd have thrown to second, he might have been able to pick off Martinez there, who had rounded the bag. But an RBI single by Chris Johnson with 2 out makes it a 2-1 game.
Little bleeder out to the right side. Didn't hit it hard. A little bit on the end of his bat. Pitch, fastball out over the plate, probably off the plate. Just kind of went out there. 2-hopper through the infield. Maxwell way around second base. Upton throws that ball to second base. They got him.
Yeah, they would have had him dead to right. Instead, the throw went through, and Martinez got back. So, RBI single by Johnson puts the Astros on the board. It's 2-1 down. Here is Chris Snyder. And a ball inside. So the Astros in the inning with 2 hits and a walk. They're on the board. A run down in this game. Tying and go-ahead runs on base. Ball 2-2-0. Snyder grounded down to third his first time up. Ball 3. Blocked by Montero. It's almost like they're pitching around him here. Snyder with the Diamondbacks for the first time in 2004. And was traded midway through the 2010 season to Pittsburgh. He had 16 home runs for the Diamondbacks in 2008, drove in 64 runs. First year with his hometown team, the Astros. Still makes his home here in the Valley in Glendale. Here's a ball, and the bases are loaded with 2 men out. Looked like he was pitching around him to you?
It kind of did. I mean, normally he attacks guys. I don't know why he would be pitching around him right there. Put 2 guys in scoring position.
Second walk of the inning. Charles Nagy goes to the mound for a visit. This kind of got to him a little bit. This again is first real stressful inning. Still got a chance to get out of it with only the 1-run scoring. But now he's got to retire his mound opponent, Kubel.
He just needs to regroup. Normally he walks, maybe 2 guys a game. He's already got 2 walks in this inning. That's not Wade Miley-ish.
No. Miley last game did not walk anybody. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4 starts this year where he's not walked a batter. 4 other ones where he's walked only 1. Strike 1 here. Now Kubel in the minor leagues this year was no slouch at the plate. He went 7 for 22. Just a tad outside, says Paul Nart. It's a ball and a strike. Martinez, Johnson, and Snyder the base runners. Ball 2 outside. Right now he's having trouble throwing strikes.
This becomes a very critical pitch right here. You don't want to go to 3-1. Kubel might even have a take sign right now.
A chopper. Roberts at third has it. His throw is in plenty of time, and that'll end the inning. So a long inning for Miley, but he limits the damage to a run as the Astros leave him loaded after 3.5, 2 on D-backs. Made it a 1-1 ball game. Hamels comes up. He says, hey, anything you can do, I can do better. He homers off Kane. And that made it 3-2, but in the 10th inning and a tie ball game, Gregor Blanco, this bunt, produces a game-winning run, and the Giants end up beating the Phillies by a score of 6-5. So the Diamondbacks need a win to stay 7 back in the race in the West. Dodgers also won their game. They beat the Mets 8-5. And the Diamondbacks have several games remaining with both those clubs. Some of the crowd on hand here tonight at Chase Field. It is Native American Recognition Day with the Intertribal Tournament Parade, trophy presentation, recognition. Gila River Council, Board of Directors, Student of the Year, Tribal Royalty, Coach of the Year. All took place. A big day. And right now it's a 2-1 Diamondbacks lead as we head to the last of the fourth, bottom of the order. Young, Robertson, Miley. This becomes a big inning for Keuchel as he's seen his club get him a run. Young smokes one to left. Martinez over, won't get it, up against the wall. Young will go into second base with his 13th double. Just little bits and pieces here and there, Candy. The Young's bat's starting to come alive a little bit. He needs a game or two where he gets some multi-hits, and maybe that'll really get him going.
Second hard hit ball of this game. A cutter was on the outside part of the plate, didn't get it in there. And a nice swing. Look at the head down on the ball, right arm tucked in. Oh, that was a nice hook right there.
Diamondbacks now trying to come right back with a run after the Astros got one at the top of the inning. Here's Ryan Roberts, who had a base hit back up the middle his first time up. Ryan's gotten his average up over 250 now. And he'll take a ball outside. Seems like his uniform is always dirty too, doesn't it?
Grungy. Like to see some back-to-back doubles. Get a hit parade here.
There you go. Diamondbacks have 5, one more than the Astros. Hits down low. You know, you look at Roberts' season, and it's not the season he had a year ago, but his RBI total is still at 33. Fans bringing their signs out in support of the D-backs. Individual players 3-0. They get creative sometimes too. In fact, most of the time.
3-0 count. A walk is really good right here. Yeah. That's going to enable Miley to get the bunt down, get a couple guys in scoring position for the top of the order.
And there is the walk. Fourth given up in this ball game by Keuchel.
You know, that's outstanding patience there, because what's going to happen if you're up there trying to hit, and you can go out of the zone sometimes when you're up there trying to hit knowing the pitcher's up behind you. But a very unselfish at bat. He takes the walk, and now he's going to leave it up to Miley to get the runners in scoring position, and then the top of the order to get it done.
And it's not Doug Brokel, the pitching coach, who comes out for a visit, Candy. It's the skipper, Brad Mills. He wanted to get his point across here.
The D-backs and Miller Lite will host a post-game concert featuring Roger Clyne and the Peacemakers on Saturday, August 25th. The concert is free with a ticket for that day's D-backs versus the Padres matchup. Get tickets by calling 602-514-8400. Log on to dbacks.com/concert or visit Quick Trip for a special ticket offer from Miller Lite.
Here's Miley now showing bunt. He has forced sacrifices. He bunts it. It's a good one. The throw to first. Everybody's safe. Altuve had to come way off the bag to prevent a ball getting down the line. It was an errant throw.
Nicely done. Your job as a pitcher right there is to bunt the ball down the third baseline, but bunt it hard. Try to make the third baseman field that ball. And what happens is Keuchel, when he comes off the mound, he doesn't break the third base. He breaks home first, and he's not able to surround that ball. Watch where he comes over. He goes in and then over. You can't do that. And then doesn't have enough time to set and throw, makes a bad throw. Everybody is safe.
Diamondbacks were moving on that bunt too. So bases loaded. Sacrifice E1 is the ruling. And now you got the top of the order and Willie Bloomquist. Well, now you got a chance for an inning. That's hit foul down the right field line by Willie, strike one.
And this is where you make them pay right now. Make them pay for the mistake. How many times in spring training when you're doing PFP, you have those bunt plays and you got coverage down the third baseline, probably do it 100, 200, 300 times. And then when it comes in a game like that, you break straight in before you go over, and it costs you.
Well, he's got a hit tonight. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Brad Mills doesn't have anybody up in his bullpen right now. He wants to see what Keuchel can do in this situation. Well, he takes a little outside, a ball and a strike. And when you're a manager like Brad Mills is of a young ball club going nowhere, and you've got a youngster out there in Keuchel, you have to teach patience. You have to be patient. You have to look and see what certain people can do in certain situations. Well, he takes one into the dirt.
You've got to see what kind of competitor they are.
Exactly. You're going to have to.
You're going to pump your chest, or you're going to tuck your tail. What are you going to do? You know, this is a measuring stick.
Now Brookell is going to get on the phone. It looks like somebody will start loosening for Houston. Willie's got the count in his favor now, 2-1. Base is full of D-backs here. Double, walk, and an error. And a fly ball to right. Pretty well hit. 2 tag. There's the catch. Coming in, Young. On to third base, Roberts. Sacrifice fly, Willie Bloomquist. Diamondbacks have a 2-run lead back, 3-1.
A great job by Willie Bloomquist. Not only do you get the ball deep enough out the right field to get Young to score on the tag, but you also, going over to third base now, you got Roberts. So an outstanding at bat for Bloomquist.
First out of the inning. For the Diamondbacks, their 28th sacrifice fly on the season. And now here is Aaron Hill, who has walked, scored a run, and hit into a fielder's choice. Roberts, who went over to third. And he's there. Miley at first. And Hill now with an RBI chance. He's driven in 44 in the season. 11-game hitting streak coming into tonight's ball game, but 0 for 1. Outside ball 1. And now the Astros do have a pitcher loosening. Fernando Rodriguez.
D-backs have done a really nice job being patient, being very unselfish. And that's the exact kind of approach that you needed to have against Keuchel. Still some work to be done here.
Oh, yeah. They got the right guys up. No fouls, 1-1. I mentioned that was the 28th sacrifice fly for the Diamondbacks. Only the Giants with 33 and Atlanta with 30 have more sacrifice flies in the National League. There's a pitch count by inning, and that first inning really kind of got to Keuchel.
Every other inning, it's been up.
Only in the fourth here. 3-1 D-backs. Line drive, right field, base hit. Roberts scores. Miley will stop at second. We're seeing a little more of that from Aaron Hill these days, driving the ball the other way.
Well, I think he realized he's not going to get anything to pull. Even the first at bat, even the second at bat, he's not going to get anything that he likes. Inside, inner half, any of that. And this was an outside backdoor breaking ball, and he goes out there and he just tries to hit this ball to right field. A nice job. Watch his hands. His hands stay back. His head stays down on the ball. That was an outstanding swing. Not an easy pitch to hit.
And a 12-game inning streak for Aaron Hill. His 45th run batted into the year. So Young, who opened the inning with a double, has scored. Roberts, who walked, has scored. Miley, who laid down the sacrifice bunt, reached on the air, is at second base. And Hill is at first base. Bloomquist drove in the first run of the inning, held the second. Diamondbacks against lefties. Now they have really battered them around. They're getting to Keuchel here. This is third time around in the order. Kubel hit a 2-run homer in the first inning off Keuchel, then struck out in the third. There's a drive! Way back! 3-run homer, 3 more runs batted in. He's sitting on 69. Have a night. 5 RBIs. Jason Kubel.
You could tell by the sound of the bat that ball was out there. You didn't even have to see the ball. Ball was mashed to right field.
How about that? It's a full home run. Another $150 going to Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Jason Kubel all by his lonesome tonight. He's picked up $300 on 2 home runs. That's going to be it for Keuchel. Well, the 2 home runs now. 19 on the year. 69 runs batted in for one Jason Kubel. Wow. Diamondbacks got a big 5 up here. Remember last time they had a 5-run inning. You like scoring? Come out to Chase Field. The Diamondbacks will oblige. They lead it 7-1. Brought to you in part by Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And by Valley Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealer or visit valleychevy.com. 7 on the board for the Diamondbacks. 5 driven in by Jason Kubel, who's hit 2 home runs tonight. 2-run shot in the first inning, a 3-run blaster in the fourth. He just continues his offensive assault on the National League.
He's a wrecking crew.
What a year.
Indeed.
Hitting over 290. Now with the 2 home runs tonight. 19 home runs, 69 runs batted in. This is Fernando Rodriguez in relief. And a ball. Well, Keuchel walked 4 in the ball game. 2 of the walks scored. Gave up 2 home runs, 7 hits, and 7 runs. Paul Goldschmidt is grounded to short, walked, and he hits one off the end of the bat, shallow center. And Maxwell makes the catch. Out number 2. This is the 41st game for Rodriguez. High ERA. 22 walks in 35 innings, 5 home runs given up.
Bonus don't hit for a high average against them, but like you said, they're hitting at the right time against them.
Here's Upton now with 2 down. Now this started with the bottom of the order. Chris Young started it with the double, and it carried right through the number 3 hitter. Strike.
D-backs have really made a nice adjustment. It's the second and third time through the order. I mean, that's where they're getting them.
Tacos Bell again tonight here. Taco Bell, 3 free tacos. Purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6. Following day, participating locations. Diamondbacks have 7 on the board. They only needed 6 to get tacos. 2 days in a row.
Keeping that franchise busy.
Actually 3 because they had 1 in Cincinnati. They had 6. There's a shot to center, and Maxwell off his glove. What a great effort. Upton will turn on the afterburners and head to third base, and he'll make it with a triple. What an effort by Maxwell, and he almost made a sensational catch, but J.Up rocketed that ball.
That's a very powerful swing by Upton. A breaking ball. Maxwell with a good attempt on that ball. Breaking ball, it was up. He just drilled this ball. Front foot comes down. Ooh, head down on that. Good extension.
That's a nice swing.
It really was. A great effort right there. Couldn't come up with it. That's an easy triple for J.Up.
Diamondbacks on their last 4 games, including tonight, 20 for 41 with runners in scoring position.
Boy, that's getting it done.
Yeah. Here's Montero now 0 for 2 on the night. Facing a right-hander outside. Diamondbacks now 8 hits.
These are the games that you really wanted to play against the Houston Astros. You know they're coming in, not to take this team for granted by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a team that you should go out and you should beat pretty handily, and they're doing it.
That's almost 500. That's really getting it done. Miggy, a big swing and a miss. Ball in the strike. Now you looked at this homestand, and you saw Houston 25 below 500. The Rockies are struggling, especially away from Coors Field. And then the Mets have hit a little bit of a down period. They've had some injuries that have devastated them. So you saw an opportunity here and you wanted to cash in. There's a foul out of play by Montero. And thus far through the first 11 2/3 innings of this homestand, the Diamondbacks have scored 20 runs. They got 13 in 8 innings last night. They've already got 7 in less than 4 innings tonight.
Boy, they are crossing the plate big time. Get on base, driving in, home runs.
Miggy into left, and that ball will be caught out there by Martinez. Third time now in 2 nights the Diamondbacks have batted around in an inning. They get 5 here in the 4th, and they up their lead to 7-1 over Houston. Beating the Astros 7-1, and more fun times out at the RamTrucks.tv pool. Big crowd out there again tonight. And it's a terrific place to watch a ball game if you've never seen a game out there. And you get the opportunity, sees it. Only problem is it's sold out all year. So you got to know somebody. Houston, we have a problem. I like that.
Big time.
Yeah. That guy's been a problem for the Astros tonight. How about 2 home runs, 5 driven in? I believe he now leads the National League in RBIs. Jason Kubel, 69.
Boy, what an addition he's been this year. Leads the National League in assists also.
Yeah, 11. Miley now with a big lead. It's another Bloomquist with that strong arm at short. As he throws out Altuve to open up the 5th inning. And the problem the Astros have, being a young ball club, they get hit with an inning like that, they won't give up. But I mean, it's so tough when you don't score a lot of runs. You just have to keep grinding away, and Brad Mills got him doing that, but it's a tough uphill climb for him. I mean, Houston now, their pitching has given up 20 runs in 12 innings. And think about the fact that the Diamondbacks, 3 of those 12 innings went down in order 1, 2, 3. 3 times Diamondbacks have batted around in the 2 games. Miley now with a very comfortable lead, but he can't ease up. He knows that.
He's loving it right now.
Out of play here, strike 1 to Bixler. Brian Bixler is struck out, fouled out to the right fielder Upton.
It's one thing when you have a lead like that against the Reds, you know they have the firepower to get back in, and also a park to do it also. But you look at the Astros, and again, not to underestimate this club or the personnel, but you just don't have the sense that you get them down, that they have the ability to really come back, overcome a big deficit.
Remember the series they played here last year? They should have won all 3 games. I mean, they were young. They were really starting to believe in themselves. And they came in, they gave the Diamondbacks everything they wanted. The Diamondbacks had to come from behind in all 3 wins here. And Diamondbacks felt very fortunate to win the series 3-0. But they were really tested.
I think that was even actually a 4-game series.
It might have been a 4-gamer. Yeah, I think it was, because Martinez had a huge series for Houston. JD.
The Astros are dangerous when they can play a close game. But when you get them like this, you got the noose on them.
Ground with the short. Well, he's busy here in the inning. 2 up, 2 down for Miley.
Nice little 2/3 of the shutdown inning that Wade wants right now. After your club scores 5, you have so much momentum. You feel it everywhere. So as a pitcher, you don't want to lose that. You want to go out there and you want to have a very quick inning. You want to get your defense off the field. Let them grab the bats again. They're still hot. Go to hitting.
2 outs now for Justin Maxwell, who was struck out and scored their run. He doubled, leading off the 4th inning. Ball 1. Miley's at 82 pitches. Probably doubtful he'll go the distance tonight. Strike. We might see the first appearance this year of Takashi Saito, who's been activated. He has not appeared in the ball game, but he was activated today. The Diamondbacks sent Jonathan Albaladeo back to Reno. He's on that shuttle this year with Reno. Saito is ready. He's 42 years old. Run ball down to 3rd, but off the foot of Maxwell. This was a move made by the Diamondbacks. Saito for Albaladeo. Saito's 2007 season was unbelievable with the Dodgers. A 1.40 ERA. Swing and a miss. And Maxwell down on strikes 4. Wade Miley now 7 strikeouts, 1 shy of his career high. 5 runs. It's time now for our Nissan text poll question. Well, the NBA says yes, you can have sponsors' names on jerseys. Should MLB place sponsors on team uniforms? A yes, B no.
That remind me of Winter League again.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Did you play in Puerto Rico?
Oh, yeah. Ron Yabe Tequila Company was our sponsor. Can't let that happen.
Yeah. I want to see how the fans feel. See if they're up for it or not. A little different seeing them on the jerseys.
I might have that jersey somewhere.
Really, you ought to bring it in. I'd like to see that. Dig it out of your closet.
That's a lot of
archives.
Digging. That's a lot of digging.
Yeah. Young started that 5-run rally in the 4th inning with a double. He sees one bounce up there from Fernando Rodriguez in his first full inning of work. Big night for Kubel. His second 2-homer game of the season, the 8th of his career. 5 runs batted in and a 7-1 Diamondback leader. And it's not only Kubel. I mean, he's one of many hot Diamondback hitters right now. But he seems to be the guy that when you need that RBI, he's getting it done.
See why with 2 good at bats tonight.
Yeah, lined out to left first time up, and then the double to left center last at bat. 3-1 count on him here. And he walks. That starts the inning.
Tell you, Brad Mills, he's got to be just a little bit fed up with the walks.
Yeah, too many, way too many. There's Roberts. Ryan has a base hit and a walk tonight. Runs scored. Outside ball 1. Roberts got a lot of hitting room on that right side, with Downs, the first baseman, holding Young on the back. And we've seen Ryan drive the ball a little bit more that way of late. Now becomes some pull conscious.
Take what the pitcher gives you.
Yeah. Willie Bloomquist, the absolute best at that. Throw over. A real big crowd here tonight. Over 35,000 in attendance. That's good to see. That match close. In fact, they might have gone over 1.3 million tonight. Closing in on it. Now I can smell a little of the dust that maybe trickled through the roof here with the dust storm that blew through over there. Still a little breezy out there, but you can at least see the trees now. Couldn't see those earlier, remember, Candy?
No, not at all.
I tell you what, it's great to be home now for this 10-game homestand. There goes Young running, and a throw down by Snyder's not in time. A stolen base for Chris Young.
Easily.
His 4th of the year.
See why with a nice jump. Roberts a 2-0 count, had a good pitch to hit, but look at that, 6-7 steps. He's even looking in.
Hey, you might be thinking, wow, geez, running 7-1 ball game. It's only the 5th inning. A lot of baseball to be played yet.
6-run lead didn't work in Cincinnati.
No, and the Astros scored 8 last night. So, yeah, you got that right. And Roberts fouls it back. 2-2. The Diamondbacks, after losing to the Dodgers on May 22nd here at home, had a 7-14 home record. Since then, they've gone 17-7. They've upped their home mark to 24-21, and more smiles on the Diamondback faces these days. Playing much better ball at Chase. Roberts fouls one right over Candy's head.
A little too high. I would have had it.
No false hustle?
Nothing. I was ready just to snag that.
A 2-2 count here. Miley's on deck. Wade's got a hit tonight. Let's see. Goldschmidt and Montero, the only two who do not have hits. Goldschmidt's got a walk. Pick off at second, and Young just got back. Boy, I thought when that play was developing, they were going to get him.
Not real good timing,
no.
With Rodriguez. Bixler, nice little move back there, got behind CY, but Rodriguez was a little bit late. Didn't recognize that in time, that daylight play.
Didn't you think they had a great shot at getting him there?
Yeah.
I saw Bixler move to the bag.
Well, as soon as you see that open glove or open hand, whatever it is, from shortstop's going to be the open glove. Yeah, and you got to get ready to spin and turn and get it over there.
Nice block there by Snyder to prevent a wild pitch. 3-2 countdown on Ryan Roberts.
Roberts putting a good bat on him.
During that stretch of wins you were talking about, 17-7 since mid-May. The Diamondbacks have hit over 330. Well, they've hit 313 here at home. High, Roberts walks. Another good at bat. Well, beginning next week, it's Executive Week. During the D-backs live pregame shows starting Monday, it's your chance to hear from the front office that makes the decisions for the ball club. Don't miss Executive Week, presented by SCF Arizona, beginning Monday right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Mike Bell, Roland Heeman, the Hall of Famer, Colin Maxey, Derek Hall, and KT will wrap things up on that Friday. Well, let's see, a week from yesterday, it'd be the 27th, 4 days before the trade deadline. So that will be Executive Week here. Another walk. 2 walks in the inning, 6 in the game. Miley now with a chance to move him. Maybe even swung away. They go again. The throw down the third, and they pull off the double steal on a strike to Wade Miley.
Standing up. See why he did not even slide. He stood up. And that's the kind of jump that he had. There he goes. I mean, he's got 7, 8 steps. Snyder had absolutely no chance at all. And that's like playing against high schoolers there. As a pitcher, you got to vary your move. You can't just give him one look and get to the plate. I mean, you got to stop. You got to hold it. You got to look once, twice, sometimes 3 times.
Now Miley's got an RBI opportunity. With the runners at second and third. So Young with 2 steals in the inning. Roberts gets a steal in the inning. And Miley, who's driven in a run this year, has the infield pulled in with nobody out. A swing and a miss. Nope, foul ball. Foul ball. Ball there.
He swung and hit a foul ball. He was still running to first base. Yeah. Guess he didn't know he hit a foul ball.
Miley has 11 hits this year, 1 tonight. Way outside. I mean, as soon as that ball was coming out of his hand, it was heading to a bad spot. Snyder had to go out and get it.
Rodriguez is trying to throw, though. He's a maximum effort pitcher. He's trying to throw the ball as hard as he can every time he throws a fastball. And when you do that, you really jerk your neck. You have to watch his head. And sometimes when you have the head movement, you just can't throw that ball where you want to.
Miley, a liner to second base. And good base running. Gets everybody back. Altuve had to use all 5'4", 5'5" of his frame to go up and get that ball, but he did.
Good at bat right there by Miley, too. Got a breaking ball there and stroked it pretty well. Made contact. Wasn't easy.
First out of the inning now. Here's Bloomquist. Well, he's got an RBI tonight with sac fly. Well, as he stands here at the plate, right at 300 on the year, .300. And you saw those numbers. Runners in scoring position, 353. Young and Roberts at second and third, and a base hit. He'll get a couple. Runs batted in. 9-1 D-backs. Willie delivers.
You're licking your chops with the infield in. And just a solid line shot. Bixler couldn't get it into center field. Base hit, easy 2 RBIs. Snyder wants the ball down and away. A hanging slider right over the middle, about belt high, and Willie belts it up the middle.
Well, Willie's got 3 RBIs tonight. He's driven in 3. Kubel 5 of 8 of the runs batted in by those 2. This is a guy who's got the other run batted in, Aaron Hill.
What do you think of this inning? 2 walks and then you hang a slider. In a crucial situation, you're not going to get away with those pitches.
Let's see, 6 last night, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 12 walks given to the Diamondbacks have scored in this series. Aaron Hill a hit tonight, hit streak at a dozen, and a ground ball chopped to short here. Bixler goes to Altuve, and they throw the first double play to win the inning. Now before the Diamondbacks get 2 though, and nobody left on base, we'll head to the 6th. Diamondbacks lead at 9-1. To help the bullpen out for the Mets a little bit, and he gave up this home run by Uribe. And then Kenley Jansen closed it out, striking out Scott Hurst to end the ball game, and the Dodgers beat the Mets 8-5. So an update of the standings at the moment: the Dodgers 2.5 behind the first place Giants. Diamondbacks with a win would pull back to within 7. That's how they started the day. Of the first place Giants now are now 12 over 500. Diamondbacks trying to get to 500. And they lead here tonight 9-1. They win tonight, they're within 2 of 500. Well, we talked about it, Tom Candiotti. The Diamondbacks need a good homestand. Right now, I would say with 22 runs in 13 innings, they're off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, and the confidence level has really risen. You can score the way they're scoring right now. The pitchers are going to have a lot more confidence in throwing strikes. It just eases the burden.
Strike 2 on J.D. Martinez. Miley, after that big 5-run 4th inning, put on the board by his offense, and he contributed. Had a 1-2-3 5th, and he strikes out Martinez, tying his career high with his 8th strikeout here tonight.
He almost quick pitched Martinez that time. I don't think he was ready. Threw that ball right by him. Wants that fastball up. He's ready for it. Right down the middle. Maybe just a hair on the inside part, but by him.
Here's Ben Francisco and a chopper. Pass the pitcher. Going to be a tough play for Hill. Berrien throws. Got him. What a play by Hill. Wasn't real easy either because I don't think he was real sure what Miley was going to do on that play.
Yeah, that's tough, you know, when you get the pitcher over there to kind of confuse things. So your job as a pitcher is to take a straight line. If that ball gets by you, you got to let it go and go right to the bag because you're not sure if the first baseman's what he's going to do. So once it gets by, you got to get out of the way and let the fielder have his chance.
Pitchers are always trying to confuse everybody.
They can.
Look at that. He really
ball.
didn't. He really didn't have a good grip on that, but he still made the play. Nice play by Aaron.
Well, we know Hill's got a changeup now.
Yeah, outside. Ball went to Matt Downs. Wade now sit down 6 in a row. Downs has a hit. He's struck out, swing and a miss.
Tell you what, when the offense is scoring a lot of runs and you're a starting pitcher, you're in the dugout, you're going, hey, hold them on, hold on. That's enough. You know, save some runs. The next thing you want, you can't wait to get out there.
And Josh Coleman's hoping they get him some runs tomorrow. He pitches. He'll be opposed by Jordan Lyles. That's out of play. There's Josh.
Josh is going, hey, that's enough. Save some for me.
You know, Josh has gotten his earned run average down to 3.90. He's pitching like he did last year when he won 10 games as a D-back rookie. Foul there. That's just a protect mode swing. Our Chevron upcoming schedule. The matchup for tomorrow. Coleman allows. Kick things off at 12:30 for you. First pitch a little after 1. Finale of this series. And you're foul out of play. Miley is going after. I was thinking Lyles pitching tomorrow, but Miley is going after a career high in strikeouts right here. He's tied his high with 8. He's got a 1-2 count on Matt Downs. Got him. New career high for Wade Miley, number 9. And he shuts down the Astros for the 3rd time with a 1-2-3 inning. Count them. 9 of them for Wade Miley. And a 9-1 D-backs lead. The bottom of the 6th inning. He stated to mute the crew chief of the umpiring crew. And all 4 umpires gathered along the first baseline and between innings. And we were talking about some. Kerwin Daly disappeared down the steps. New pitcher is Anario Del Rosario, who worked here last night. We're 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, no runs. It looks like we're going to work with 3 umpires here. Kerwin Danley has exited for some reason. He ran off the field. So the second base umpire, Doug Innings, moves over to third. Don't know what happened. If we get a report, we'll pass it along to you. For the Diamondbacks, the man of the night, Jason Kubel, will step to the plate. Our APS Energy All-Star. He now leads the National League with those 69 runs batted in. We'll make it 70, Jason. Strike one.
Calling another home run. Why not?
I guess that'd be the only way to get it here, wouldn't it?
Stay hot.
Outside. Kubel's second 2-homer game of the season tonight, his 8th in his career. Diamondbacks have had a player hit 3 home runs in a game 8 times by 6 different players. There's a foul back. 2 by Luis Gonzalez and 2 by Steve Finley. Durazo, Hillenbrand, Easley, and Young are the others. Chris Young was the last to hit 3 in a game. September of 2009 at Colorado. Hillenbrand hit 3 in 3 consecutive innings, I remember. Way back when. I think that was 2004. Outside. 2-2 on Jason. Boy, look at those numbers now, Candy. He's got 41 extra base hits, 19 homers with those 69 runs batted in. High fly ball. Way back. Number 3 of the night for Kubel and 70 runs batted in. Wow.
You caught it. That was it. That ball was farther than both the other ones. Opposite field again, but upper deck out there. Wow, you're right. Stay hot.
His first career 3-homer game. He's getting the silent treatment in the dugout. Don Baylor gave him a hand. They'll pound him on the back here in a moment. They got to give him a curtain call, don't they? Come on. There you go. Well, the pitcher pitched too quick. You'll give him one anyway. There he is. All right, Jason. What a night.
Have a night. Wow.
Look at him. Well, he got to 70, and he's got 20 home runs. What a night for Kubel. And those that were here, 35,000 plus, could say they were here to see it. 7th to do it. 9th time in the career of the Diamondbacks. Entering today, 5 players in the major leagues that hit 3 or more home runs in a game this season. Josh Hamilton hit 4. Carlos Gonzalez, Joey Votto, Ryan Braun, Curtis Anderson, and now Jason Kubel.
That last one was impressive.
Yeah.
They're all impressive, but that one was impressive.
Well, he's pulled 1 and he's hit 2 the opposite way. And a 6 RBI night. 10-1 D-backs. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but he's racked up $450 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association on another Fulton home run.
What's he got in his bat? Boy, that's a loud sound.
Yeah. Would you say he's locked in?
Yes.
Will Smith down the line and right. It's going to go foul. Nice catch. Reach over.
The pitch. Down low ball hitter. Stays inside the ball very well. Boy, just try to hit that way using his hands. Just loud and long.
We thought his month of June was good. This month of July's not too bad either. Will Smith takes pitch outside, full countdown, 3-2.
You still got some days in July too.
Yeah, we're only on the 21st. Diamondbacks in that stretch where they're playing 20 straight ball games over 20 days. And that's a walk to Goldschmidt. Yet another walk by an Astros pitcher.
Walks and home runs. That's a really good combination for an offense.
And backbreaker for the team that's given them up.
It's a killer. Brad Mills, he knows it.
Here's Upton, who has walked and tripled tonight. Justin's triple was his third of the year. First time up, he popped to second. Ooh, nice movement on that pitch. It caught the inside corner from Del Rosario. Justin sitting at 99 career home runs. Hit number 99 last night, an opposite field shot.
Why not get 100? Hit it there.
Diamondbacks 3 home runs tonight, all by the same guy, Jason Kubel. Diamondbacks now scored 23 runs on the Astros. There's a liner down the right field line, and that ball goes far. Scramble for the baseball. Guy on the phone never took the phone off of his ear, scrambling for it the whole time. He didn't get it. That guy did. Del Rosario follows Keuchel and Rodriguez to the mound. Each pitcher's been scored upon. Inside. And a foul by Upton. And that got Snyder.
Yeah, that got him good. So you want to be a catcher?
No.
Foul tip. Ooh, right on that right wrist. You know, there's a lot of catchers that'll keep that arm behind their back.
Was Johnny, was it Bench who first said that?
That's the guy I remember doing
too.
it. It makes a lot of, makes a lot of sense.
Well, on Friday, July 27th, Miller Lite invites any legal drinking age consumer with the first middle or last name Miller to visit Coach and Willie's between 3 and 6 p.m. Pick up a gift card for a free case of Miller Lite so they can celebrate their own Miller time with friends. I guess we got to wait for the name Schulte and Candiotti to come out, huh? Not quite as common as Miller. 2-2 count as Snyder stays in there, gets it out. And now Justin fouled. He's looking at Snyder.
Going, what next?
Oh, that got the umpire. I think it's Snyder looked like in the back.
Right in the right shoulder. Ouch.
So you got a couple of real unhappy people behind the plate. Catcher and the umpire. And inside. Full count 3-2. By the way, Kubel, who drove in 27 runs in June, has hit 9 homers and driven in 20 runs already here in July. As Candy pointed out, it's only the 21st of July. And that's another walk. Brad Mills got to be beside himself. Doug Broquel, the pitching coach, going to run to the mound. Second walk for Justin tonight. Well, it's not too late to get tickets for next Saturday's game here at Chase Field. Diamondbacks playing the Mets, and the first 20,000 going to take home the Justin Upton broken bat home run bobblehead, commemorating his broken bat home run from last September, courtesy of Pepsi. For tickets, you can call, write it down, 602 514-8400. Easy to remember. 602-514-8400. Or visit dbacks.com/tickets. By the way, the bat is on the lower portion there. The broken portion of the bat. So Justin's at first base. Goldschmidt at second. They both walked in the inning. Following the Kubel home run, Kubel's third of the night. Ball went inside to Montero, who's trying to join the hit parade.
I guarantee it. Brocail just came out and said, start throwing strikes.
Yeah, or you're out of here.
Don't walk another guy. Montero, I guarantee he was looking for a ball right down the middle there.
Maybe a big swing and a miss. Montero's 0 for 3 tonight. Twice his ground to second. One line to left field. Bloomquist 2 hits. Hill a hit. Kubel 3 home runs. Goldschmidt 2 walks. Upton a triple 2 walks. Young a double and a walk. Roberts 2 walks and a hit. Miley a hit. Everybody but Miggy. And the ground ball hit sharply to second. Third time he's hit the ball. 2 out, 2 in. And I throw to first. They still got Montero. And Miggy did a pretty good job there of hopping over Downs, who was on the ground, to avoid maybe injuring himself or the first baseman. So they turn the double play with Goldschmidt going to third.
Yeah, don't want to get hurt right now at this juncture of this game. This ball's hit really hard. And just watch the double play. Plenty of time. Upton hit really hard, goes in there, alters the throw. Look at Bixler coming in, and he's going right after him. I think he's going, I'm getting out of the way. Hurdles.
Miggy's got some hop in that jump, huh?
The high hurdles.
0-1 on Chris Young. So 2 outs, runner at third. Red Mills and Doug Brocail are probably looking at each other and saying, isn't it amazing what happens when you don't watch somebody? Have the ball put in play. Maybe you can get an out or two.
They always have a chance.
Yep. Into the dirt. Nice block by Snyder. Houston came into this ball game 10 wins on the road, 39 losses. Fernando Abad is in the pen, the left-hander. He pitched last night. They use their bullpen a lot. And they strike.
Well, just kind of painted that one on the outside corner.
If you're wondering, Jason Kubel will get one more plate appearance here tonight. Into right center, but that's going to be caught over there by Francisco in the inning. Kubel, another home run, his third of the night. He's driven in 6, now 20 and 70 runs batted into the air. Ask right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game. Your chance to win. Diamondbacks are winning tonight 10-1. Wade Miley's back out there for the 7th inning. He has already established a career high with 9 strikeouts in this game. Limited the Astros to 4 hits, 1 run. And the first pitch is high and outside to Chris Johnson. It'll be Johnson, Snyder, and then the pitcher spot. Due up.
Miley's having a blast out there right now. 97 pitches. Got a 9-run lead.
Speaking of having fun, let's go down to Brad Steinke.
Well, guys, Wade Miley well on his way to becoming the winningest D-backs rookie in franchise history. And Tom, I think you've got a chance to know this guy. What you see is what you get with him. A lot of starting pitchers have a very strict routine when they get set for a start. This guy is pretty loose and easy. Today he was over at Stephen Drew's locker listening to country music. Then he was having some fun with John McDonald. Jeff Blum's old locker is pretty big, and he was having John McDonald see if he could lay down head to toe in the locker. He's just a free spirit, and I think he's just such a great competitor, but unique, that is for sure.
He defies the laws of being a starting pitcher. You're not supposed to talk to anybody the day you pitch. He's very engaging. He's having a blast all the time.
Down the third, Roberts has it. One out as he throws out Chris Johnson. Yeah, I don't think that's a Randy Johnson day of pitching.
I don't think so. No, he's very loose, and he's very fun to be around. He's a character, and you need more guys like Miley around. He's a character.
Brian Shaw's in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. Shaw in his last 2 outings, and he has pitched back-to-back days at Cincinnati, and then last night has given up at 7 runs. There's a strike here to Snyder, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. 102 pitches. This is probably the last inning for Miley. It's popped up behind the second base position. He'll call up by Upton. And Justin will make the catch for out number 2.
There's also, an element to the pitch count. 102, 103 pitches right now. They've been very unstressful pitches. They have not been under high stress, not pitching, with runners in scoring position. That makes a big difference. If it was one of those, blue-collar nights where it was tough, you got guys on base, that pitch count becomes a really big deal. But pitching like this, he's very capable of going 115 if Gibby wants him to go that far.
Here now is Marwin Gonzalez, who started last night, switch hitter coming off the bench, pinch hit. Going outside.
He's given the Diamondbacks exactly what they needed, a starting pitcher to go deep in the game. This is exactly what we're talking about. Bridging that gap. And yeah, you got a big lead right now, but it's very important to eat some of those innings up. Get deep in the game. And he's doing just that.
Last night, 5 1/3 by Cahill. Game prior to that, Saunders did go 6. And Kennedy 8. Ground ball down to third. Roberts has got it. And that's it. Wade Miley's 7 solid innings here tonight. He walks off the diamond, possibly for the final time tonight. Maybe 11th win coming up.
Wade Miley in control over these Houston Astros. Jody Jackson alongside Chuck Powell as we get set for Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink, our post-game show. And Jason Kubel has been the Diamondbacks' best hitter all season long. But Chuck, it's been a special night tonight watching him belt 3 home runs.
Yeah, it's been the Jason Kubel show. He stole the spotlight from Wade Miley, and my guess is he'll take over the post-game show as well. Jason Kubel's dance party coming up after the game.
We'll have the after party, no question about it. And we look forward to seeing Mr. Kubel at the plate at least one more time here tonight.
All right, thank you, Jody. And Chuck, yeah, it's going to happen. If not this inning, then in the 8th inning. Wilton Lopez, right-hander, takes over for the Astros here. He's going to face Roberts. Miley on deck. Most likely to bat for himself. I think his pitching night has probably come to an end. He's at 107. Roberts, who has singled and walked twice, scored a couple of runs, stolen a base. In fact, he's stolen 2 bases tonight. Diamondbacks swiped 4 bases, 2 by Young, 2 by Roberts. Ground ball chopped down to third. Johnson has it, throws him out one away. Miley should get quite a hand as he walks to the plate here. He has established a career high in strikeouts with 9. Wade on the mound is set down the last 10 Astros that he's faced. He's got a hit, scored a run tonight.
He's having fun.
Yeah, he really is.
He's having a blast out there.
He takes a strike from Lopez. Lopez follows Keuchel, Rodriguez, Del Rosario to the mound. Foul out of play. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Well, let's do the AT&T trivia question and answer. Other than Wade Miley or the other 3 to win 10 in the rookie season, 10 or more. Josh Coleman or last year. Brandon Webb. Oscar Villarreal was a reliever back in 2003. He appeared in about 900 games that year.
Rubber arm, huh?
Yeah. Here is Bloomquist, 86 to be exact, as a rookie. There he is. Just activated off the deal. Takashi Saito loose into the bullpen for the Diamondbacks.
Well, they don't wait for any time. It's a good game to get him in.
Yeah.
First game.
Outside to Willie. Willie's got 3 runs batted in tonight. Couple of singles, sacrifice fly. 42 years old, Takashi Saito. With the crowd of 35,665 here tonight, the Diamondbacks indeed go over $1.3 million in the year. They're averaging, coming into this game, over 28,000 per ball game. Well, they keep playing like this, they're going to really pack them in because they score the runs in this ballpark.
Boy, fun to watch. You're going to come to a game, you take your kid to a game, you want to see those runs.
Willie with a broken bat bleeder and a base hit. The bat still past Matt Williams, the third base coach, for Bloomquist, his 3rd hit of the night.
Stay hot, Willie.
Yeah.
That bat died a good soldier there. Firewood. But a line drive in the box score.
Seen a little bit more of that, these broken bats of late. Didn't see it for quite some time this year, but we saw it in Chicago a little bit, saw it in Cincinnati. Ryan Wheeler's going to come up and bat here for Aaron Hill, the rookie who made his big league debut last night. Strike call. Wheeler got a hit in his first big league game. He's off the bench as a pinch hitter.
Sure was good to get that hit out of the way. First game played.
Ground ball pulled to the right side. Fielded by Downs, flips to the pitcher, and that'll retire the side. So what that means is Jason Kubel will lead off the 8th. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Diamondbacks on top of the Astros. Drugs, how about the night for Wade Miley, Tom?
Wow, what a night. Outstanding fastball to start this game. Mixed in a good slider, got a few strikeouts and that hard slider down and in. Good changeups, but look at the way that ball's just breaking. It just, his confidence grew as this game went on, and strike three every which way possible. What a great night.
Wade Miley's night is over now. Drive with 9 strikeouts. He walked 2, 4 hits, 1 run. And making his Diamondback debut, his 2012 debut, Takashi Saito, the 42-year-old, 6'2", 200-pounder out of Yokohama, Japan. And he becomes the first ever player of Japanese descent to pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Saito about to pitch.
We got to see him pitch a little bit in spring training. Of course, he was with the Brewers last year, did a nice job. He's never had an ERA over 2, ever.
And he's ready to go here.
I should rephrase that. Never had an ERA over 3. Always in the 2s.
A lot of changes for the Diamondbacks too, as the game is 10-1 here. Saito's first pitch of the season is a bit outside. Ball 1. Wheeler stays in the game at third base. Robert shifts from third to second. Henry Blanco is catching, replacing Montero. There's a pitch outside. We also have a change in right field as Gerardo Parra's out there.
Getting a chance, getting the guys in, getting the starters out of the game, give them a chance to rest a few innings. There's managing to do no matter what the score is.
Foul out of play. Saito missed 93 games with a strained calf. His best year came with the Dodgers in 07. 63 games, a 1.40 ERA, 39 saves that year. Ridiculous numbers. 64 innings, 33 hits, and 78 strikeouts. That pitch is fouled back by Altuve.
What makes it so appetizing having a guy like this on your roster and healthy is he's been able to close at times if something happens. You feel comfortable because he's been in those situations.
Yeah, nothing's going to phase him. Kirk Gibson said that. There may be times where we need him late.
Experience.
Right now, you're probably going to see him more in games like this, but also 7th inning. You have Hernandez and Puts in the 8th and 9th. That pitch is high. The count runs folded 3-2.
Pretty good velocity there at 93. In fact, I think after he hurt his calf, I think he had a shoulder problem also. But that's pretty good velocity right there, 93.
Altuve for the Astros here in the 8th. And walked him, ball 4 up high. Well, let's update our Nissan text poll question. Should advertising sponsors be put on jerseys of Major League Baseball uniforms? And an emphatic no. 96% of those voting.
Love it.
Yeah.
No more Ron Yave.
You have to bring that in. I think as Saito was delivering that ball forward, the bullpen phone had rung, and he heard that. I was wondering what it was. I don't know if that caused the walk or not, but there's a pop-up foul behind the plate, not a play. Strike 1.
I don't think anyone likes to hear a buzz right when they're getting ready to throw the ball. I've been buzzed 6 times last night.
You'd already told us you like to get buzzed.
One for the money.
Yep. Saito's with his 5th Major League team. Dodgers, Atlanta, Boston, Milwaukee, and Arizona. His ERAs in his Major League career 2.07, 1.40, 2.49, 2.43, 2.83, 2.03. There's a translator. That's CJ over there. Noddy and Kennedy.
We used to always thought that translators were fair game too on the bench.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anybody who's on that bench is fair game, right?
Oh yeah. It was even more fun when you cut their clothes.
You guys. 1-2 count here. Diamondbacks have returned home to Chase Field, and it's been good for them through the first 2 games. There goes the runner. They give it to him. Ground ball to third. Wheeler's got it. Good arm. Out at first. Pitcher's out. 1 out of the inning.
Yeah, another nice play right there. Wheeler gets the ball and gets into the game. Makes a nice throw across the diamond.
Follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of the Diamondbacks with MLB.com app at 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Simply text that bat to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details. Justin Maxwell at the plate now. He has a hit tonight and has scored their run, a double. Swing and a miss. And fastball. Yeah, I'm impressed with the velocity here of Saito. Getting it up there in a hurry.
Of course, he has a slider to go with that and a good splitter.
And it gets away momentarily from Blanco, but now it scoots away again. Now that runner is going to go to third. So it's probably going to be an error there. He went to pick it up after it got away from him and didn't get the handle. Altuve snuck into third base.
Looks like it's going to be a slider down and away. See the spin on it. Doesn't block it. Kind of rattles back there with Paul Nauer, and he goes to pick it up with his glove and highlights it a little up the first base line. And Altuve sees it and he gets over to third base.
So an E2, error to Henry Blanco. Good work there by Altuve, reading that. Maxwell takes pitch up high. Don't you dare leave. Jason Kubel will lead off for the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 8th inning. And he has slugged not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs tonight. We've already had a 4-homer game this season by a major leaguer, Josh Hamilton in Baltimore, back on May 8th. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Diving stop by Wheeler. Gets up, throws. Save it first. 1 scores. But a heck of a play by Wheeler as he almost got Maxwell.
Really was a nice play coming into the game. He's second play in this game. Dives going to his left, and that's his strong side. And he makes a very nice play. And he's a big guy, so it's not like he can jump to your feet very quickly. He gets up there and rifles it across the diamond. And good speed by Maxwell, and he barely beats it out.
Bang, bang. RBI. Infield hit. Astros make it a 10-2 ball game, and now here is J.D. Martinez. And a foul back to the screen. Strike 1. Don't forget it's a day game tomorrow. A little after 1 first pitch. And the Rockies in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Mets in next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a long homestand. We're just kicking it off. And right now the Diamondbacks are putting up a boatload of runs. Swing and a miss. We were told that Kerwin Danley, the umpire that left this ball game, was behind the plate last night, was working third base tonight. Left to attend a personal matter. So everything is okay for Kerwin. Working with a 3-man umpiring crew now, swinging a foul. In and out of the mid of Blanco.
Still keeping his velocity up there very well this inning.
And as you pointed out, Ken, a good opportunity to get Sato in to his first game. Outside.
When Saito comes from the stretch, a lot of guys will kind of engage and move your front foot a little bit backwards as you come set. He stands very still, and all he does is put his hand in the glove. And that means you're engaged right there.
Ooh, good pitch. Tough take for the hitter, but somehow, some way, Martinez checked his swing. 2-2 count.
Yeah, Saito wanted that too. That's some good movement on that pitch. He thought he had him.
Not holding Maxwell at first. Goldschmidt playing behind him in a 10-2 game. Swinging a foul. It's a get off me swing right there.
He was late on that 90-mile-an-hour heater.
Diamondbacks have 10 runs on 11 hits. They've left 7 in this game. The Astros 2 runs on 5 hits. They've left 5. The Diamondbacks need a win to stay 7 back of the first place Giants in the West. Swinging a fly ball to right for Upton. Coming in. Or excuse me, Parr is out there now. Next catch. That's out number 2. The Astros these days, they don't even look at the standings. They are well behind, saddled in the basement of the NL Central. Started the day 19.5 back. Ben Francisco becomes the hitter.
You know, this club going into the American League, like you had mentioned, they got their work cut out for them this season, this offseason.
Well, they're getting the timing of the games down. As you know, what, 3:49 or 3:39 last night. This edges in on 3 hours tonight.
Got to work on your stamina, right?
Yeah. 0-1 count on Francisco, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Each time retired by the second baseman Hill. Into center field, right at Young. The innings over. Well, here we go. Remember, Aaron Hill 2 cycles this season within 11 days. Might we see a 4-homer game from Jason Kubel? He's hit not 1, not 2, but 3. He's leading off when we come back at the bottom of the 8th. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And here we go, Candy.
Jason Kubel time. He's already hit 3 bombs. Can it be a 4th?
We're going to find out. He's leading off here. Listen to the hand. Whoa! He's hit 3 tonight, 20 on the season. He's driven in 6. He's got 70 runs batted in. The fans on their feet. He faces Reiner Cruz, who's on to pitch for Houston. And here we go. And he takes a strike. There have been 14 4-home run games in Major League history. The last to do it, Josh Hamilton this year for Texas at Baltimore on May 8th. Kubel's sitting on 3 homers tonight, 6 runs batted in. He takes it outside.
Pretty rare company there. Only 22 perfect games in the history of baseball.
14 4-homer games. And Kubel has his first 3-homer game in his career. He's had quite a season. Ooh, he went for it, didn't get it. He's down to the count, 1-2 now.
Boy, he had a pitch too. And that was a healthy swing. A fastball. He just challenged him right there. Belt high down the middle.
Kubel leading off here. He strikes out swinging, so he won't get 4. He's still got 3. And he'll head to the dugout with another standing O.
Boy, rightfully so, too. He really gave these fans a lot to cheer about tonight.
Now Kubel with 3 homers, 6 runs batted in tonight, giving him 20 homers and 70 RBIs on the year. Here's Goldschmidt, 0 for 2 with a couple of walks tonight. Inside on him, ball wide. Like
he did some kind of dance. It's a slider that really got away from him, coming right at him. What do you do as a hitter?
You try and get out of the way, right?
Spin around, do something.
There's a high foul ball back. He's below us. Takes a high up, almost bounces into the press box. Diamondbacks have scored 23 runs here in the first 2 games of this series, first 2 games of this homestand. Ooh, big swing and a miss by Goldschmidt.
Oh, yeah, big cut. Cruz got a lot of pep on his fastball. 95, 96, good movement on it.
He follows Keuchel, Rodriguez, Del Rosario, and Lopez to the mound tonight for Houston. High and tight.
Doesn't have a lot of command of that slider, though. That one sailed up and in on Goldie also.
8 more walks given to the Diamondbacks tonight to go along with 11 hits. Last night the Diamondbacks received 6 walks and had 14 hits. That's a ton of base runners. There's a shot. That's going to be another double for Goldschmidt. His 29th of the season. And he pulls into second base. His first hit of the night. How about that? He's a double shy now, 30 on the year.
Just another extra base hit. What's that? 42 extra base hits now. That was a loud double.
I think the Diamondbacks like being back home here.
They are enjoying the home cooking. Boy, swinging the bat's great. Just hitting the ball all over the place.
Power bats for the first time tonight. He took over Upton's spot. Justin had 2 walks and a triple while he was in there. And a foul back. Last time the Diamondbacks have had back-to-back games of 10 or more runs. You have to go back to April of 2010 when they beat the Rockies 12-11 and they beat the Cubs 13-5.
Just a tremendous month that year.
I believe they won 20-8. There's a fly ball center field. Maxwell backing up there. Has it. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game took place in the stands. First inning. Look at this play by the youngster here. Makes the grab.
Snow cone.
Reaching over all the adults to make that catch.
Oh, yeah, he battled for it. Look at the size of his glove. That's half the size of a major leaguer's glove.
Good for him. Took it away from all the big guys out there. Gotta love that. And you love seeing dad and the kids, or mom and dad and the kids, whatever, out having fun at the ballpark. And boy, are they having fun here in the first 2 games of this homestand. They've had a lot to cheer about, haven't they?
A lot, a ton, a boatload.
This is Henry Blanco batting for the first time in Montero's spot. Miguel get a lot of needling. He took an 0 for 4 tonight. He'll probably be the first one to get all over himself. Oh, Montero. Henry hit his first home run of the season the other day in Cincinnati. And that gave the Diamondbacks at the time a 6-0 lead, which looked pretty comfortable. But it didn't last. There's the 0-2. High.
Yeah, that's when you tell Montero if you had 6 at bats, you would have had a good night.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, though, Miggy, again, he and Miley on the same page all night long.
Yeah, and that was the best part of it.
Miley is 3 outs away from winning his 11th game as a rookie. Outside to Blanco. I'm guessing Saido's only going to work that 1 inning. He worked the 8th, his first appearance of the year.
Got to get your feet wet.
Yep. There's a drive, another extra base hit for the Diamondbacks. This one by Henry Blanco. That'll score Goldschmidt. Well, the Diamondbacks are an extra base hitting machine.
And you love it when Henry does something. Yeah, he's such a good guy. He's a very patient guy. Helpful. He's like having another coach on the team. From the side, that front foot comes down, plants, catches that ball out front, just drills it to left field.
You and Henry were teammates many, many years ago.
Many moons ago.
Goldschmidt scored a run, 2 doubles in the inning. Is that 7 extra base hits tonight for the Diamondbacks, including the 3 home runs by Kubel. He's young. He's got an extra base hit, a double. Craig Breslow is up, loosening for the Diamondbacks in the pen. – 11-2 Diamondbacks here. I'm sure that's a relief for Saido, getting his first game on. There's another base hit. Young around first, not going to stop there. And he'll get in the second with a dog. 3 doubles in the inning. Blanco scores to make it 12-2 Diamondbacks. I'm telling you, come on out to the ballpark. Watch this hit machine.
Man, these guys are having fun. And CY hits this ball, and he's got the great speed. Another line drive. He's hit some line drives tonight. A lot of guys would have stopped, but he just kept going, gets in easily.
Ryan Roberts going to be the batter now after a brief visit by Doug Brocail, the pitching coach, with his pitcher Cruz and his catcher Snyder.
Second baseman, Ryan.
Young's on base for the 3rd time tonight with a pair of doubles and a walk. Roberts been on 3 times with a single and 2 walks. And he's also stolen 2 bases. He and Young both with 2 steals tonight. 4 for the D-backs in the game. Swing and a miss. Went for the downs, didn't get it. Well, we've been playing those 7-10 games on Saturday night, and I was thinking that was the case. I looked up there and saw 8:05, and I thought, that's right. This one started at 5:10 tonight. So we're getting close to 3 hours. There's a fly ball. And they're right. Altuve, look out. Oh, catch made at the last second by Francisco. Remember, Francisco just joined this ball club. And he and Altuve talk a little bit about it. But the Diamondbacks, an explosion again tonight. They've got a dozen.
Safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Everyday heroes are around us. You can nominate a person or an organization that has inspired you with their acts of selflessness in our community. Submit their name. Visit valleychevy.com and facebook.com/valleychevy. Winners will be chosen to appear on the Diamondbacks live pregame show. It's Everyday Hero presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. We go to the ninth. 12-2 Diamondbacks leading the Astros. And lefty Craig Breslow comes on to pitch for the D-backs. Saito worked an inning. Allowed a hit and a run. Had a walk. His 2012 debut, his Diamondback debut here tonight. And now Breslow. And he's going to face Matt Downs, Chris Johnson, and Chris Snyder.
Well, you couldn't draw this game up any better right now. If you're Gibby, coaching staff, you got a great outing from your starting pitcher. The offense clobbered the ball all over the place. 12 runs up there, 14 hits.
It's been a pretty good game.
Giving silent treatments on the bench, a 3-home run game. What else is there? What a great game.
Yeah.
Fun at the ballpark.
Heck of a catch by a young fan who took it away from about 4 dolts on a foul ball. Everybody's had fun except for the Astros. Cap night here. Everybody got a, well, not everybody, but quite a few got caps. There's a high fly ball deep center field. Young going back at the wall. He's got it. He's still playing hard and hustling hard, isn't he?
Didn't take anything for granted there. He ran back as hard as he could run. Found that ball about 3 or 4 feet in front of the wall and hauled it in.
1 out.
What a special player. Fun to watch. There's one thing that does not leave him, and that's the glove.
Yeah. There's Chris Johnson. Wade Miley 2 outs away from becoming an 11-game winner. And a new rookie record with 11 wins. He shut down the last 10 he faced tonight. Got the final out of the 4th inning, then had 1, 2, 3 innings in the 5th, 6th, and 7th, establishing a new career high with 9 strikeouts. What a rookie campaign he's had. There's a ball down low from Breslow. Don't forget tomorrow, Coleman and Lyles here. 1:10 on the air at 12:30 on the pregame activity. D-backs and the Astros wrapping up this 3-game set. Line, but foul. That's kind of the way it's gone for the Astros. They hit a ball hard and it goes foul. Diamondbacks hit a ball hard and it stays fair.
They hit a ball hard. It's a 3-run homer.
Yeah. Kubel's still out there. Each time he's run out to left field tonight, fans have given him a tremendous ovation. Ella one's having fun. Look at her.
Oh, yeah.
She's counting the home runs. 1, 2, 3. That's sad.
D-backs again drawing 8 walks also with all those hits.
Yeah, 6 last night. 14 walks in 2 games to go along with 28 hits. It's 42 base runners alone. Inside.
Can't help but score runs.
Yeah. Done well with runners in scoring position this whole series. Just what the old doctor ordered. And a chance to close within 2 of 500. Foul out of play. Diamondbacks trying to win their 18th in their last 25 games here at Chase Field. A lot of work to be done, though. After tonight, 68 games remaining. Houston with a loss here. 50 road games. 40 of those will have been losses. Three-two count. You just got to tighten that cap a little bit more there. Make it fit better. Here, Dad, you do it. I'm going to put it on.
Here, Dad, fix it.
Yeah. Foul out of play. More souvenirs. It's a good looking cap. It's raining out, by the way. So, rain in the valley. Gotta love that, right?
We had the haboob. Now it's got rain.
Yeah, we figured it's that time of the year. The line drive. There's one that will stay fair for the Astros. Chris Johnson will get a 2-base hit. Kubel gets it back in with 1 out. A couple of hard hit balls here up Breslow in the 9th inning. It was a long at bat, too.
Yeah, it really was. That was a hard top spin line shot. Wheeler jumped up for it. Couldn't get it, though. That ball was really spanked.
Now Snyder. Snyder tonight, the former Diamondback, 0 for 2 with a walk. Diamondbacks with a win here tonight. 7-10 in July.
They keep playing like this, pitching like this, hitting the ball like this. That's going to be a winning record before you can blink your eye.
Well, they had a very good month of June. Went 16-10 after a not good May in which they won 11-17. Ball and a strike on Snyder. Ball inside, 2-1. Ground ball down the third. Wheeler checks the run. And there's Snyder on the first, 2 down. Wheeler's been tested a little bit since coming on the ball game.
He's had some plays out there, and that's exactly what Gibby wants to happen in this game. is to give the young man a few plays, a few chances out there. He's done a nice job.
Prior to the ball game tonight, Wheeler down at third base was taking a lot of ground balls hit to him by Matt Williams. And standing alongside of him, watching and talking to him, was Alan Trammell. That's a pretty good combination to learn from. Huh?
How about those two guys around you, huh?
Well, these coaches, they put in so much work. Along with the manager, Kurt Gibson, trying to make this ball club better, have them as prepared as they possibly can be. Carlos Corporan, who hit his first major league home run last night in the ball game. He started a catcher, is pinch hitting here. He swings and misses, strike one. On a night in which the Diamondbacks went over 1.3 million in attendance, crowd of 35,665. 1 out away from securing a victory. They lead at 12-2. Outside and low. Dave Clark at third base still working too. The third base coach, he's still moving all over the place. Not quite as peppy as he was though earlier in this game. Inside the pitch. A broken bat bleeder, and that's going to be a hit for Corporan and an RBI. And he's coming in around third and scoring is Chris Johnson to make it a 12-3 ball game. Corporan had 2 RBIs last night. He gets a pinch hit single here to drive in a run.
Got the bat on the ball. Just kind of blooped it into short right field. You know Breslow's out there thinking, you've got to be kidding me. Just a little dunker out there. You make contact, a lot of times good things happen. And you have to get that ball in there.
Well, the night continues for the Astros. Here's Altuve. And they chop her down to third. Tough play for Wheeler. Fields won't have a play. Everybody's saying Altuve runs extremely fast. And that's an infield hit, putting runners at first and second.
Altuve gets a lot of infield hits. Kind of a swinging bunt. Pulled on the pitch, swung over the top of it. But he's smelling base hit. Down and away, he's smelling it. Look at him. He's going all the way through the bag. Yeah.
Now with 2 on 2 out, here's Brian Bixler. And he's shortstop 0 for 4 tonight. Swing and a miss. I bet she swung at that pitch and missed it half dozen times tonight.
That first at bat against Miley, he just abused him out there. Nothing even close to the middle of the plate. Everything outside, he just doesn't have the plate coverage. Same with that last swing.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Diamondbacks now pitch away from a win. And pulling to within 2 games of 500. Get to that 500 mark and then go from there. That's what the Diamondbacks are trying to do on this homestand. They're going to start it in good fashion. That pitch is high. 1-2 now. And last night's ball game by a score of 13-8. Lead tonight 12-3 in the 9th inning. Breslov trying to close it out. The pitch into the dirt.
I just throw another fastball on the outside part of the plate. Although, you know, Henry's in there catching. It's a little different than Montero, who, you know, called all those pitches. Henry had to watch that from the bench. Sometimes it's hard to see if they're going inside or outside when you're watching from the bench.
Here's a pitch. Swing and a foul. Breslow, the third pitcher used tonight. Miley, the front seven. Saito's first appearance of the year. Off the DL, he worked an inning, and now Breslow here. And he's had to work a little bit. This is going to be his 27th pitch of the inning. Ryan Bixler at the plate, 2-2. The pitch. Chopper to third. Wheeler's got it, foul ball.
Well, Ryan didn't really know if that was foul or not. He grabbed that ball in front of the base, and he reached back to tag the base with his glove just in case. Good instincts. High chopper. He's in front of the base now, so he's going to catch that to the side. Foul ball. He doesn't know it, though. He reaches back. Shows the umpire's glove. That's really good hustle.
And both by him and the base runner. Corcoran was trying to get to third. Another 2-2 pitch. Inside, full count, 3-2. Another 3-hour-plus ball game. I told you the Astros are getting ready for American League ball next year.
They're working on their stamina.
Yeah, they are. Runners will go here with 2 men out. 3-2 count of the hitter. Brian Bixler. A pitch from Breslow. Swing and a foul. He's got a piece of it at the plate. There's that pitch out over the plate again.
I love it. The crowd on their feet. They're into it.
Treated to a 3-homer night by Jason Kubel. Enjoying the festivities here tonight. 3-2. Swing and a miss. This one's over, and it's a Diamondback victory. Second in a row over the Astros. 5th straight home win. 25 runs over the last 2 nights. And 28 hits. Whole bunches of walks. Quite a night for Jason Kubel. We'll be back to wrap things up here at Chase. 12-3, D-backs a winner.